right? And you all know, I think you're all with me in believing deeply, I think could win an Oscar in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
We would all be so happy if that happened. Hi, everyone. I'm Katie Ridge. This is the Prestige Junkie podcast. And what you are about to hear is the extremely fun, very long inaugural edition of what we're calling the Who's Next Oscar Draft. Chris Rosen and I have teamed up with our friends Reid and Chris Feil of This Had Oscar Buzz to try to predict who will be the next people to win Oscars in the next 10 years. And because it's us, we have made a game of it. It was super fun. It was rowdy. We went really late in the night to record this. It is a great thing to listen to. I hope you enjoy it. All of that and more coming right up. Welcome to the show. Okay, everybody, if you know Joe at all or really have followed Cinematrix or any of Joe's work, you would guess that the idea for a good game would have started with Joe. And Joe, you so generously came up with this idea and said this should be a crossover event. I think you said it was Private Practice and Grey's Anatomy.
Private Practice and Grey's Anatomy crossover event. Yes, exactly.
To be clear, we're happy to be Private Practice.
I can't really decide who the Kate Walsh is in this scenario. But this is an idea that Oscar nerds talk about all the time. Who's going to win an Oscar next? Joe and Chris, I think you guys personally have a bet about two specific people.
Yes.
Yes. What's your running bet exactly?
Amy Adams or Michelle Williams, who's going to win an Oscar first? I have Amy. Wait,
yes,
yes,
correct.
And you have Michelle. Yes,
and I said Michelle Williams.
It's been going so long that like it's genuinely blended into my mind.
We really thought one of them would have done it by now.
I did win a previous bet that I had bet that Colin Farrell would win or would get an Oscar nomination within X number of years, and I got it under the wire with Banshees of Inisherin. So
very true.
Sort of the vibe of what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I am thinking of this as like a longitudinal Boyhood type project where every year we check back in to see like how
my God. Yes.
Okay. So we all have to continue
Richard
podcasting.
Linklater's daughter, still not an Oscar winner. Every year we'll check back in. Yeah.
We're going to continue doing this until Glenn Close wins that Oscar or die trying. Joe, as the games master, do you want to just a little bit explain what we're trying to do here?
Yeah. So anybody who has not won a competitive acting Oscar is eligible for this draft. We have divided it up into 8 distinct categories of a potential Oscar winner, which we will reveal as the game goes along. It will be 8 rounds of drafting. I have randomized it so that we each draft the same number of times at each different slot in each draft. So we'll all be going first twice, second twice, third twice, and fourth twice.
And we're going to go category by category. So I have a very handy A24 bucket. It's going to rattle so loud you can't even hear me in the microphone. And within it, there are Marty Supreme ping pong balls with numbers on them.
You think we're not going to make use of the swag that you send us, Movie Studios? You are wrong.
A24, send me all of your swag.
I still use the Naiad towel, and Katie is using the Marty Supreme ping pong balls.
My Naiad water bottle is in the kitchen. I use it every single day.
I'm in my 2 Pope slippers.
Oh, I love my 2 Pope slippers. I mean, I have been saying I want to do a swag. We should do a swag draft someday.
100%. Absolutely.
For the record, I never got 2 Pope's slippers. I am just the type of person who cannot let that go.
You can have mine, but I've worn them a lot.
What studio was that?
That was Netflix.
That was Netflix. That's right. Netflix. You can still send Chris Feil slippers if you have them.
It's not too late.
There's a warehouse somewhere that has old 2 Pope slippers. Just send Chris a pair.
Maybe they're selling them on eBay.
I'd ask you to declare what your shoe size is, Chris, but that's opening a can of worms out on the internet that I don't want to have for you.
Do you want the fans to know your shoe size, that personal information?
Maybe I already do have a Wiki Feet page. Who knows?
So we'll go category by category. I will pick the one and we'll each draft within that category. So there's not going to be like a first overall draft pick in this. It's going to be more about who fits the category, but people are eligible in multiple categories. So if you say Austin Butler is eligible in multiple of the categories that we've picked here. Tom Cruise, various other people. So there's a lot of ways. So if someone gets taken in an earlier round, then you cannot get them, and there the fun will lie.
One of the categories I will spoil is wild card. So there is a catch-all category that will, if nobody fits in any of your other categories, there is a wild card category. So.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, and Chris Rosen, I think you told me you chose not to prep too much for this and just go with vibes. So how are you feeling about that strategy?
Nervous. But I was like, I'm just going to go vibes. Joe came up with a nice list, and I've been Googling all day, looking at people.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good. It'll be good.
Very good.
I just going down like Wikipedia pages of previous Oscar nominees, there were just so many people where I was like, oh my God, they would be so good for this. Like the variety, like whenever Wild Card comes up, it's going to be tough because there's so many people who don't fit other ones, but I would like for them to have an Oscar.
The other thing is, like, if you asked any of us 2 years ago, if Amy Madigan is going to have an Oscar, by now. Well, we would probably catch on that you were asking for a reason, so you probably did come in from the future. So, like, we would be suspicious. But, like,
we would ask other questions as well.
Yeah, we would follow up. But, like, the real answer to that is just, like, that's crazy. Of course, like, what an odd choice. But, like, these things happen in with a quickness. And so you never know.
That is what is fun about it. We're going to look at Oscar history trends. I think this question of like hot young men versus hot young women is obviously very relevant if we're trying to get people who are winning Oscars within the next 10 years. There's the kind of famously overdue people we'll be talking about. It's a wide spectrum.
To be clear, they're all hot is the other thing. Like, let's not
that's
like
true.
All the character actors are hot. The the leading men are hot. The leading men, nobody in Hollywood isn't hot. So like,
no, that's true. I'll put some respect on Stanley Tucci's name
that's
here.
Right.
He is not under 40. But it's still hot.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, you're in charge. So you've set up this draft order, anonymized. So we need to determine who gets to go first in the first round, and then it will shuffle from there. So what will our draft order be?
So I randomized our 4 names for round 1. I will be going first, then Katey.
Go figure.
You randomized, listeners.
Listen,
randomized.
Interesting.
Me, Katey, Chris Rosen, then Chris Feil.
All right.
So, and we will move on from there. Like I said, everybody drafts the equal number of times at each slot. So.
Okay. All right. So then, without further ado,
get them ping pong balls rolling.
Get them ping pong balls. Let's show off the what logo are we seeing here?
Highest to lowest.
Highest to lowest.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to read back.
He really does have all the swag.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, just the inclusion of movies like Bring Her Back on this. It's like they don't leave anybody out. So, okay, we've got for our first ball, number 4, which is the category of 3+ previous losses.
Okay.
This is a great one to start on.
Such a good one to start with.
This is the prototypical overdue Oscar person, right?
Yes.
Someone who's been nominated at least 3 times and has not won.
Yes.
And again, because this may came up, this is acting nominations only. So if they've been nominated in other categories and haven't won, if they've won in other categories,
exactly,
still doesn't count.
Correct.
Okay, Joe, you made your bed, now you got to lie in it.
Right. So to kick off the draft, I'm just going to go with Timothée Chalamet. I think.
Any defense of him you want to give, and you want to dig anything up from the past 6 months or anything?
Me?
You don't have any feelings about
I don't have
this, right?
I don't have any strong feelings. No. Here's the thing. Right now, Timothée Chalamet could care less about winning an Oscar, and I think that's only going to help him.
I think he
in the long
literally
run.
said that courtside at the Knicks game.
He absolutely did. And you know what? Good for him, because that looked like fun that he was having. And what didn't look like fun was everything that was going on for most of that Marty Supreme Oscar campaign. And that's been talked to death, and I don't want to go through that anymore. But I think even if Chalamet takes this post Dune 3 sabbatical that we're hearing he's taking or whatever, all of that I think ultimately works out in his favor. I think he is now somebody who has been nominated 3 times, Call Me By Your Name, then A Complete Unknown, then Marty Supreme, and for 2 of them at least was considered not just runner-up, but real close runner-up, toss a coin runner-up. And so I think for as much sort of ill will for however we want to take that, last year, these sort of drummed up ill will against Chalamet last year, I think in the long run, it's just going to be remembered that he came so close to winning an Oscar 2 years in a row. And the narrative for him now is less, is he going to win an Oscar, but when is he going to win an Oscar? And I think that, to me, makes it a really strong pick. Also, he clearly isn't an actor who is looking to make interesting projects, like is actively looking to make interesting projects. They're all not all going to be Oscar-y, but like enough of them will be that I feel very confident in this pick in a 10-year span.
I want to let the Chris's talk, but I just want to point out that I think the people who cared the most about the opera and ballet thing who were online also are the people who watched all the videos of him dancing with people underneath MSG. It's the Knicks one. I think that so effectively got rid of all the bad vibes perfectly well. He was like leaning into his silliness, but having such a good time. He's had the really infectious
summer of anybody.
He really has. Yeah. And I mean, Chris Rose, I'm going to throw to you as someone who's deeply invested in, New York City sports and also Marty Supreme and Timothée Chalamet. Are you just jealous that Joe got this first?
I was going to pick him if I had the opportunity to. I'm not going to lie. I think everything Joe said, I totally agree with. I'm on Team Joe here and Team Timothée Chalamet. I also think that when he lost, it felt like a message to him. I don't think they're that calculated, but it does feel like, oh, we're not going to actually let him win for Marty Supreme no matter what. And like Joe's saying, the next time, 10 years from now, within the next 10 years, I just feel like, yes, he will win. I think that's a great pick. So I'm all in on this.
Have you noticed his hair? That his hair is back to its grid, wavy, yes. It's like almost Call Me by Your Name era fluff. It's a great move.
People like it. People like it like this. So yes, good for him.
Not just us. Chris Feil, any thoughts here?
Two thoughts. One of which is I have a very long list here of names I would
printed?
like to
Do you
include.
Have a printed stack of paper?
No, I love handwriting.
Oh.
I like to handwrite my notes. I did not even write down Timothée Chalamet because I was like, well, Joe's going to pick Timothée Chalamet.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And second of all, not wanting to win an Oscar is how he wins an Oscar for Dune Part 3. And I'm only partly kidding.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Or something like that, at this point, I think he wins his Oscar when he cares a little bit less about winning an Oscar.
If he finally goes to the Governor's Awards, I will know that it's really for real.
This is your bugaboo, yes.
I know, and he didn't win. And when he finally, he'll listen to me specifically. Okay, I draft next.
You draft next, yes.
Okay, I am so glad that you did not take what to me is the number one with a bullet pick in this category, and something that I know you and Chris are specifically very well aware of because I'm picking Michelle Williams.
That's good.
I think her time, I know, Chris, that's how the draft goes. You're going to have to find someone else. Not only because she has a really good shot this year, I think. Chris Rose, and you and I were just talking about how the Best Actress race is looking pretty thin, but she has A Place in Hell coming from Neon from Chloe Demont, who oh my God, what was that movie called? Fair Play?
Fair Play.
Yes.
Yes, which was pretty good. This one seems in a similar vein. It's like weird generation war stuff that was in the new season of Beef that I really loved. And Michelle is sort of like Amy Adams and also Glenn Close, who I think are the most famous versions of this, but seems to be getting more opportunities, has better taste. She had Dying for Sex on TV just last year, which was so good. And I think she won an Emmy for that. I should have looked that up before I started talking about this.
No, she lost
to but her Fosse Verdon.
Oh, she did.
Her Fosse Verdon Emmy win proves that she gives a great award speech.
She sure does. And she's someone who's done really well for herself on TV, but doesn't seem to be kind of stuck there in a way that almost Amy Adams seems to sort of be. Maybe this is me not giving enough credit to Cape Fear. So I'm really bullish on her for this year specifically, but I think she's one of the greats who's currently working and her time is going to come. I would love for it to be for a Kelly Reichardt movie, but it could just as well be for some other version of The Fabelmans. It just, the overdue drumbeat is coming for her. And it's not as high profile as Timothée Chalamet's, but that might also be in her favor. Women tend to either win when they're 29 or get into their 50s. So it might take her a little while to get to that point. I think she's 44. But I feel very confident that it's coming for Michelle in the next 10 years, as does whichever one of you guys bet on her. I already forgot.
Me.
Oh, there we go. All right, Chris Feil. So you would have picked Michelle if you'd had the chance.
Well, I felt like I kind of had to. But hey, you freed me up to pick someone else that I'm equally as passionate about.
All right. Well, that's exciting. Anybody else have Michelle Williams thoughts?
I mean, I'm very interested in this Chloe Demont movie, to see what it ends up being. And if she can end up winning, I think by the time you get to this many nominations, I think the question becomes I hope she wins for something that's good and exciting rather than something that's perfunctory.
You don't want someone to win for their Revenant, even though, you know, that's less perfunctory than more just like, oh, hello, give me an Oscar.
Yeah.
But yes. And like what the female version of that is, like, I don't know, like, because like we all like Still Alice, so like that feels like kind of a classic. Like you're finally going to win for something that's less like important than the other movies. But I don't know what the good Best Actress version of that. Maybe Isa Tammy Faye or something like that.
Something like that. Or I mean, like Hillbilly Elegy for Glenn. If that had worked, then like
Well, a bullet we all gladly dodged.
Yes.
Chris Rosen, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say I feel like she's in the right spot because I think when you keep racking, no disrespect to Glenn, but I do think when you keep racking up nominations and lose so many times, it does feel like an Amy Adams is kind of in this spot too. I think now where it's just like they're just over it, even if you get nominated. So Michelle's not at like the saturation point of like losses. Right. And so I feel like if she could get in for this movie this year, sure, but obviously she's talented enough to get in for anything she does. And maybe she will win. This could have been all avoided if she would have ran in the right category for Fabelmans.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Thank you.
So
who wound up winning that? Was that
Jamie
the Jamie
Lee Curtis
year? Oh boy.
I mean, that's like such a monkey spot situation.
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar for that movie.
The other thing about Michelle Williams is that her nominations are spread out enough that it never feels like it's like, oh my God, just like give her an Oscar already in a way that has happened with people like Glenn Close and Amy Adams.
That's a really good point. And also, there hasn't been a year for her the way there was for Chalamet, where it's like, oh man, she really almost had it. Like if she hadn't done that, or if this person hadn't cut on so strong, like she's like in the Fabelmans year, like she was like barely part of the conversation. I'm trying to think of even like the closest that we think that she's gotten.
Probably it was Brokeback, and it was like right at the beginning. So
but she was so new, like there was just no urgency at all.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. If we could go back and do right by Brokeback Mountain, so much Oscar history.
Seriously.
Might change.
Seriously.
Okay, Chris Rosen, you get to draft next.
Well, I'm so excited that I'm going next because I think I'm going to snake maybe Chris Feil here, but I don't know. I'm going to take Saoirse Ronan in this category.
Good pick.
She's absolutely going to win an Oscar in the next 10 years. She should have probably already won one of these four, I think. You could argue. I'm very excited for her to win an Oscar, and I think she's like a very good value pick here for me. So that's it. She's just fantastic. She doesn't have a lot coming up. She's playing Linda McCartney in the Beatles Boondoggle movies. And I'm like, maybe they love a biopic.
Beatles
so that could work. But if not then something else.
Would that feel like the perfunctory Oscar win that we want her to avoid?
I
mean, who knows?
Depending on what the
Linda
performance
McCartney will be in those movies.
Yeah, but it would, I think maybe a little. But that's
she should have just won for Little Women, right? Like that's the one.
Well, I think in retrospect, knowing that like Frances McDormand was going to win another Oscar so soon after.
No, Renee Zellweger beat her. I just had to look this up.
Right, but I mean for Lady Bird.
Oh, I'm gonna say you're saying for Lady Bird. Yeah.
I think the Frances one is very easy to look back and just be like, well, let's maybe just retroactively give that to Saoirse and like solve a lot of problems. Yeah.
Yep. Justice for Lady Bird and all things.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for like Bad Apples or some like Irish thriller that she's in?
I saw Bad Apples at TIFF last year.
Oh, okay. Any good?
Not good enough that Saoirse should be in it. Like she's way too like that is significantly below what she should be doing, and that's my only concern with her because like The Outrun was a pretty good movie, but it also
pretty
like
good.
But it wasn't gonna ever. I don't think it was ever gonna win her an Oscar. I know she got buzz for it and everything like that, and we'll probably end up doing it on our podcast at some point. But like, I don't know.
I feel like I might have had that in the movie Fantasy League draft.
That
or
was
something.
a tough year because she had that and the Steve McQueen movie that doesn't exist.
Yes,
right?
Which I like.
Wasn't that?
I will ride for Blitz whenever you need me to.
Yep.
But she's great in that too.
Yeah,
and she's in The Three Incestuous Sisters, according to Wikipedia.
Yes. Let's go.
That I'm excited
for.
Yes.
Alice
black and white silent movie from Alice Rohrwacher. Let's go.
It's black and white and silent. I did not know that.
Rumored.
Wow.
Allegedly.
It's her, Dakota Johnson, and Jessie Buckley, and Josh O'Connor, and Isabella Rossellini, and Mick Jagger.
Josh O'Connor with a lot of tattoos, too. A lot of tattoos on the set of this movie.
People lose their mind when Josh O'Connor gets a tattoo in a movie. It's a power that he has. All right, Chris Feil, you've suffered long enough. We've taken so many of your faves. Who are you gonna pick?
Everything is going exactly to plan. Everyone is done in the realm of what I wanted to happen, because then I get to say the person who I think... I think especially in the build up to people winning Oscars, that it's like they should have an acting Oscar by now. You do get a lot of like career narratives for performers that, it's just like sometimes the pieces just have to lock into place and then it's like there's no stopping it once it's happening. And then the person that I think it is so shocking that we haven't had this happen for yet is Ethan Hawke.
Mm-hmm. Good pick.
Multiple acting Oscar nominations, also writing nominations. And like Blue Moon, it just probably wasn't going to be Blue Moon last year, but I do think the like kind of momentum that he has in his career to receive that type of honor is a sign that helped that movie get through.
The fact that he got that nomination is a huge credit to his popularity with this group.
Yep. For something that was, maybe a little more on the bubble, though less than we probably expected at the beginning of the season, because he got nominated at a lot of precursors when like there was decent competition from people like Jesse Plemons. I think the industry is just at one point going to be like, oh yeah, all of us have worked with Ethan Hawke and we love him. And Ethan Hawke never stops working, and by never stopping working, he makes a lot of things that you may never hear about, but then he's also in huge, massive movies too, and movies that get Oscar nominations, etc. So I'm saying Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. I wonder, like, the fact that The Lowdown got completely blanked by the Emmys, doesn't concern me for this entirely hypothetical thing, but like felt like a bummer for his star power kind of getting stopped in its tracks. But the Oscars in general like him
so much more than the Emmys do, because like the Emmys also didn't touch that show, that The Good Lord Bird show that was like very, very, very well reviewed. Yeah,
did you watch that? That was like a big COVID era hit.
I didn't, but like I've heard from like several people that it was very good or that they really liked it. So
all right,
yeah.
I love that. Chris Rosen, I feel like Ethan Hawke's your guy. I could be rooting for that.
I would love Ethan Hawke to win an Oscar, so I'm weighing in on Chris there as well. I think that's good. I feel like there was enough smoke around him for Blue Moon, which was probably never going to win, but like that he got in for it, and then also that people were like, maybe he could win, and people really liked him.
Remember how much we twisted ourselves in knots around Best Actor and being like, Wagner Moura, he can do this. This is how he wins. That was fun. I look forward to doing that again this year. I'm sure we're all going to lose our minds.
You guys,
all right. You ready for the next category, guys?
Let's do it. Round 2. What do we got?
Here comes Marty, even though Timmy's already undraftable. All right, we're at number 1. Oh, this is the fun one. This is where it all began. This is Hot Young Brit / Aussie. And for our purposes, young is under 40?
Yes.
We've decided. So I looked up a bunch of ages.
I'm so happy I'm still canonically young.
Canonically young, exactly.
And canonically Brit or Aussie? Right? You identify as that. Okay, for our purposes, we defined Hot Young Brit Aussie as under 40, and Chris Feil, canonically under 40. You get to have the first pick.
By the skin of my teeth. Everything, once again, is going exactly to plan.
Oh, man.
Because this means I get to draft my Joshie. Josh O'Connor.
You can't just claim him like that. So many of us have
I have long since claimed him as my Joshie.
Can we share?
Absolutely not. Gardening icon does not stop working. He only stops filming movies enough time for him to promote his movies. And he's
Adorably
just working consistently with interesting directors in interesting projects. Do we know what the story is with his Joel Cohen movie? Is that coming this year?
It seems like it. I guess by the time people hear this, we might have the Venice lineup or the TIFF lineup and know if Jack of Spades is coming out. So it does seem like it's coming.
But
does he play the titular Jack in this movie?
We can only hope.
We shall see. I think he's just such a safe bet. He still has not been nominated for anything.
Yes. But that does feel like it's like any minute now. Like he's going to break that seal.
And especially the projects that he's picking, and especially because the man desperately needs a vacation.
How does he do all this gardening when he's working all the time?
I don't know.
This is why he needs to get one of those like Palm Springs Film Festival awards or like Santa Barbara, and just like give him an excuse to like take a weekend in a vacation community or something like that.
Yeah, he deserves it. We should all be there as well to give him the award.
Oh, 100%.
Clearly.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Chris, I certainly also would have taken Josh if I had the first pick like I initially thought I did. I mean, it doesn't seem like this. I guess Jack of Spades is the question mark. Disclosure Day is not going to be the one. Last year, he had like 4 movies. None of them were. He hasn't made as many movies as we think. Like, it just feels like that way. So it's not like there's been some obvious like near miss for him, I don't think.
The huge part of him getting famous was The Crown.
Yes.
So that, is a whole other different, ball of wax. But yes.
Yeah, and he did win an Emmy for that. So he's he's in the club in some way. Do we think Three Incestuous Sisters is going to be the movie? Black and white silent
Fingers
Italian
crossed.
movie?
My fingers are so crossed they're like cracking.
With this new Academy, you just never know. So this category is one of the ones where it's like the head and because I'm next, right? No, I'm not.
No,
God, I keep jumping
Rosen's
ahead.
next.
Oh my God, I got to pay more attention.
You're chomping at the bits and make this
Shut
pick.
up! I just want to draft Chris Rosen. You start talking instead of me.
Well, I was like, I'm not sure what to do here because I obviously would have taken Josh O'Connor too. I think there's so many options that you could take, and this feels stupid, but I'm going to take Margot Robbie because even
Not
she's
stupid
still
at all.
Not at all.
36, so she still qualifies.
Yep.
At least she's allegedly 36.
Oh, are there rumors?
Yeah, we're
that
going
she's
by
older?
stated ages. Yes. Yeah.
That's a fun conspiracy theory.
I mean, I think she again like works with a lot of great filmmakers and just seems like a person everyone in like. I'm also trying to figure out with these like who do people like in Hollywood? Like Josh O'Connor is definitely like already beloved, right? Like he's got the Spielberg like stamp of approval now. I'm like he's definitely going to win. But everybody loves Margot Robbie. Seemingly they love working with her. She missed for Barbie, so next time she's like actually in play for something, you could be like, oh, she's due. We missed her for Barbie. What a shame.
You're saying Wuthering Heights is going to be a dark horse?
It's not going to be Wuthering Heights, I don't think. Though the Best Actress field is pretty soft, but I still don't think so. But the next thing she does, and she obviously is willing to work with like interesting filmmakers. And yeah, I also think she's actually a really good actress. I'm a Margot Robbie fan, so like, yeah, I feel like she'll be within the next 10 years. I could easily see her getting the role that just is like, oh, well, now Margot Robbie's an Oscar winner now, like, and we're just all accepting that, and then it happens. So that's why I'm going to take her.
I buy her in the next decade having an acting Oscar and a Best Picture Oscar because she's producing so much and she's producing movies that people care about.
That's a fun one.
The only thing I'm worried about is that she was so popular. Like, she's got the Oceans movie, and I'm like, she could easily just make nonstop like real movies, like movie movies,
popcorn stuff. Yes,
popcorn stuff, and then it's like, oh, she's not going to do it. But I do think within there she could find stuff like emerald fennel coated that's not emerald fennel that like works, that kind of thing.
My only question for her, because I feel like Josh O'Connor could win lead actor, supporting actor. You can fit him into a lot of places. Is she so famous and powerful that it is like Best Actress or nothing, which is a narrower path to go like within the next 10 years?
I do think that's what it is. Best Actress or bust for her. I don't think she would win supporting,
which is tough. Like it's
or is she in like
longer.
A dual lead movie where they just flip a coin and decide she's the supporting one, like of the two equally lead roles. Yeah.
Well, it's her and Cooper who are the leads of the. I mean, imagine that Ocean's whatever is a Best Picture contender. Like they're the two
Oceans
leads
is
of it.
Bradley Cooper's Departed. And
I don't know what you guys are talking about. The Oceans movie is obviously winning 10 Oscars. Like
what if it's Departed?
That's a good call. Bradley's like, fine,
you
I'll stop gunning for Oscar.
A mile with this.
Yeah. Bradley's just like, fine, I'll stop trying so hard. I'll just make a thing that everybody likes. And everyone's like, yeah, like, good.
Every year we're going to come up with a what is this is X's Departed, and like it's going to be. I mean, one battle after another, sort of. I don't know. I don't know if it really counts.
No, it was a little.
Yeah, it counts. No, Margot's a great pick, and so okay, it is.
Now it's your turn.
Actually,
now
it's my turn.
Now it's
so the thing I was going to start monologuing about is I think if you're picking people under 40, it is statistically much smarter to pick women. Because of the way that big Oscar wins go. Like, even in the supporting categories, young men have a much harder time winning. And let's see, Michael B. Jordan is like 38. He's definitely not 40 already. So he, is evidence that it doesn't happen. But Chalamet obviously was part of that. So as much as I'm like looking at this like long list of like male actors who I really like and have been in the Oscar mix before, and I think could very well be in here, I feel like the smarter move is to pick a woman. So I'm going to pick Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And
that's a good one.
We have been wondering what's up with her for a while. I mean, she showed up in that Dune 3 trailer looking unbelievable.
Yes.
So that was very exciting. Her like post Little Women choices have been a little all over the place. Like it doesn't feel like she's been able to capitalize. I guess Midsommar was after Little Women, right? Or like the same year. anyway, she like burst
What's
in
the same
as like
year?
the person everyone could not stop talking about, and then Marvel gets its hands on her. I liked Thunderbolts a lot. I get why not everybody else did. She does have East of Eden coming in the fall. The
I think
Zoe
that's
Kazan.
gonna
Yeah,
kick ass.
it's TV.
I think it's going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be awesome. This is based on zero information. I'm just
And
very
she's got
excited
the best
about
role
it.
in that. So yeah.
Yeah. So that, as we have seen, if you get your big like TV boost, as we were talking about Josh O'Connor, like that could certainly lead her in a good direction. So I'm kind of hoping East of Eden, Dune 3, that's a really good fall for her. I don't know what else she's got on the lineup after that. I imagine she's still very booked and busy. And I think she's still, hang on, I should have looked up her age. Also, I have too many windows open. Like she's in the range. She's 30 years old. It's crazy. Like she's so perfectly in the pocket for when you would win Best Actress age-wise. So I'm a big believer in Florence showing, so like cashing in on the promise that we all bought our stock in her in 2019. You know what she's great in is We Live in Time, a movie that like everyone forgot about.
I've still never seen it.
Oh, you would like it.
Would I? Okay. The only thing I
sad.
ever heard about it was just like it's aggressively sad.
I mean,
It's not aggressively sad. It's
Okay.
sad.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's
It
a
has
movie
its
that's a This Had Oscar Buzz special, right?
Well,
there, I
yeah,
feel
we'll end
like,
up doing
right?
that
Yeah.
for sure. I want to talk about the
And
horse.
I will not
the horse
be
photo.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horse
I
photo was
also-
the funniest thing that happened in like that whole year. It was really
very
great.
funny. I also, in all of this talking, just ignore the fact that she's in Oppenheimer, a Best Picture winner, which is, I mean, doesn't
She's
have as much
nobody's
to
favorite
do.
part of Oppenheimer.
She's nobody's favorite part of Oppenheimer through no fault of her own.
Right.
But yes, that's another huge feather in her
The thing
cap
about
of being in here.
Florence for me is the Marvel thing, which is that right now it's so open-ended. It's so depending on whether Doomsday does or does not do well and how they decide to move on from that, because she could very easily find herself to be like at the inner circle of whatever the next phase of Marvel is with that character, or they could just decide to go in a completely different direction and she's like not doing any more at all. So I'm sure she's contracted for like whatever, but like that to me is at least going to end up impacting the way her next 10 years go. You know what I mean?
I am maybe foolishly optimistic that she will get free of their clutches after Doomsday.
I like that the optimism involves like Doomsday failing. Like it's just like you fail to rise.
To
like
fail.
yeah.
Like it's just like you move on, leave no, her name's not Natasha. What's her character's name? Black Widow's
Yelena.
sister.
It is
Yelena.
Yelena.
Wow.
What a great! How could you forget such a
How
memorable
could I
character in Phase
She's
6 of
good in these
Marvel?
movies. She and Sebastian Stan, good together in
They're
They
Thunderbolts.
are.
No,
They're
they're
very
good.
good
They're
together.
good. They're
Yeah.
fine.
I will throw out, I forgot the thing that she is either filming now or has recently been is the Andy Samberg Annette Bening movie where she's
That's
playing
gonna
young
be
Annette
good.
Bening,
Yes.
which
Yes.
rocks. Like I'm
That
just
is incredible.
Annette may or may not
That's
come up later
perfect.
on this draft. Very
I was
exciting.
gonna say knock a couple down with that one if you want to. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's hard. It's like a rom-com about a guy who's cryogenically frozen, so you don't want to like go overboard on the Oscar hopes, but just good things happening for people we like is what we like about that. All right, Joe, you get to close us out.
Katey, you make an excellent point about the fact that the smarter money on under 40 is with actresses, because that is the way that the Academy goes. With that being said, the whole point in me pitching this thing was to talk about this generation of under 40, especially British and Aussie actors. And so I at least need to acknowledge, without sort of going into every single one of them, but like the laundry list is significant, where it's Harris Dickinson, it's Nicholas Hoult, it's Barry Keoghan, it's George McKay, it's Paul Mescal, Jack O'Connell, Josh O'Connor, Dev Patel, Will Poulter. I'm throwing Daniel Radcliffe in there because like he deserves.
Does Jack Rayner still get included?
Jack Rayner should absolutely be included in that.
He's Irish.
100%.
Are we offending people if we start calling it?
You know what? Fine. British, Aussie,
Actors from
Irish.
Islands.
Actors from that little area and then that little area. Right, exactly. Like, leave me alone. What I'm saying is, it's a lot. It's a lot to choose from. And part of that almost ends up being the thing where they're all trying to go through the same doorway at the same time, and maybe they all get sort of.
Well, that was your like iconic tweet. Am I allowed to say that? Of like in 2018, can you quote it or should I look it up for you?
It was just like it was a four square of Harris Dickinson, Callum Turner, George McKay, and Josh O'Connor.
Yeah.
And it was like, these 4 guys, we need to lock these 4 in a room and just let them figure it out. Because like we can't, and that was back when like I genuinely had Josh O'Connor, Callum Turner face blindness because they were both in Emma with a period. And
Emma period.
They got the ears. They have the ears.
And they have the ears, and I kept genuinely confusing them for each other's character. And so now, obviously, they've all been in enough things that, like, I do not have this problem anymore. But
yeah, like they did what you said. Like,
they did.
Figured it
they
out.
all figured it out. They figured out each other's own thing.
And then one of them married Dua Lipa.
And then one of them married Dua Lipa. Callum Turner, I do feel a little bit bad for because, like, he is the one everybody's like, you know, he's kind of the one everybody points to and is just like, this doofus or whatever. But, like, he's a genuinely good actor. I'm kind of going outside the box here in that, like, I'm picking somebody who has established a good several years before most of these people. But he started so young. I'm picking Dev Patel. I think Dev Patel, because of his pedigree, is a really good narrative for winning an Oscar. I think the Slumdog Millionaire of it all really will end up, if he ends up in a real Oscar campaign, will end up really paying off. He's also genuinely really good. Like, that Lion nomination gets kind of like asterisked because it's both like, it's not category fraud, but it feels like category fraud where he's only in half the movie, but he is playing the lead of the movie. Like, so,
in a movie that's kind of forgotten, but that both he and Nicole Kidman are really good in.
And it's one of those movies that seems like it should be shitty, but it's actually good, you know, is the other thing. Like, it should be some sort of, like, Harvey Weinstein's trying to, pull one over on you, but actually, like, it's a genuinely good movie.
It was both. It was Harvey Weinstein trying to pull one over, and also it was a good movie.
Yes. And I just genuinely think he's somebody who, the monkey movie aside, like, whatever, like, you know, he's trying things. He's not all of it, you know, works, but he's trying for things. I think he's evolved into a really good actor. And I just think you put him in the right role in a movie that, like, is a Best Picture nominee or whatever, and he'll run a real charming Oscar campaign, and he will be, like, really, really easy to vote for. And
he is who I would have picked if I had wanted to pick a man, because I agree with everything that you said. And he's been, I mean, the fact that he got into the Wes Anderson orbit with Henry Sugar, like, you know, this is us wish casting for 2 people we're rooting for. We're not doing directors, and I guess Wes Anderson has an Oscar for those shorts, but, like, him in a Wes Anderson movie that could really do something, like, he's clearly on the radar of these directors wanting to work with him. Like, if you can, like, carry The Green Knight and make that movie work, like, you can do anything.
Yes. And Green Knight's one of those movies that, like, I understand why it's been somewhat memory hold, because it doesn't really fit into any narrative or any context, because it was, like, an Omicron movie, and it's Lowry, so, like, no 2 Lowry movies are really alike, like, that kind of a thing. But it's so good, and he's so good in it, and
the Lowry freaks know. We reported for duty.
Yes, we are. Yes, present and accounted for, the Lowry freaks. Yes. He's, I don't know what he has coming up, but, like,
his Wikipedia is a little thin.
I
think he's directing something next.
I thought he was directing something too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a decent avenue for him too. You know what I mean? Like, it gets you well respected. So,
you know who started directing movies before winning their acting Oscar? Michael B. Jordan.
There you go.
I like that theory. Chris's, any Dev Patel thoughts before I draw the balls again?
I'm on this. I love Dev Patel. He's great. I thought the only other I thought when you were leading in there, Joe, I thought you were going to maybe do Nicholas Hoult as well.
You know, I love Hoult, but Holt's very heavily castable in, like, big blockbuster stuff.
Yes.
So, like, I think
you think it's going to be a while?
Have as many Oscar-y type opportunities as some
we
of
might
these
be waiting
people.
until he's in his 60s.
You don't think How to Rob a Bank is an Oscar contender?
I'm
Amazon
excited
just put
to
it on
see it.
November.
I'm excited to see
it for November.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Dev Patel is always one of the names I say for who should play Bond. And, like, at this point, I don't think I want him to. Like, I would rather him go do, you know, direct his sequel to Monkey Man or whatever it is.
End that franchise.
I would
like.
well, the end. Wow,
Please.
Joe. You're trying to bomb one of the most successful IPs in history.
Yes. Listen, if you want to end the Marvel movies, I want to end the Bond movies. And let's just make it
Joe
deal.
previously pissed off all of the non-British Isles. Now he's pissing off everyone in the British Isles. Great.
We're taking everyone's toys and smashing them and saying
Yes.
we can't have it anymore. I thought you were just going to say, can we just end the speculation and cast Bond, which
That too.
support.
Like, yes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want, Joe, did you want to do any like holdover who you didn't pick, or are you worried about spoiling future rounds?
I mean, we
talked about a lot of these people.
I was going to say, I ran down the list of those people. If we want to talk about, the under 40 women who we did not nod to, but we could pick elsewhere. I think
we could pick in wild cards. Yeah.
Right. Like Jodie Comer, Monica Barbaro, Elle Fanning now just sort of like having
Well,
broken
hang on.
the
We
seal.
got Americans still to go. Don't spoil the Americans.
Sorry. My little cheat sheet here did not separate them by nationality.
You don't
so
see
yes.
borders.
I
You
don't.
just you don't see Ireland. And
Clearly, I don't. Clearly, I see a pan-European, vision.
Do you speak
of,
English with an accent or not? That is all we know.
Some say I'm the one speaking the weird accent. Others say they are. Like, it's all perspective. It's all
And this
relative.
in the season of the World Cup. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm bringing out the Marty Supreme balls again. Here we go. It's time to do category number 3, which is in the race this year. This is a fun one. People who, as far as we know, have films that are in the Oscar mix.
This is very exciting.
Oh, I was so excited for this one.
I know. Well, because we went back and forth on it because it does feel like kind of like an obvious one, but like as we know, there's only 4 acting Oscars to give out. So like if we choose all 4 acting winners right now, like they will
Wow.
come to our houses.
Canonize us right now. Yeah.
I know. Okay, I do have first pick this time, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right. So, and this is someone who does not fit into any of these other categories that we talked about, which is where when I started getting my wild card names and I started getting a little concerned about like, who am I not going to fit in here? I feel like I had a number 1 with a bullet, whether or not it's this year or not, and it is Andrew Scott. Now that he is in the mix officially with Elsinore, the movie in which he plays a Scottish actor who is dying of AIDS while playing Hamlet on stage. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know anyone who has. There has been like various whispers coming from God knows where about how good he is in this movie. But I think he's been really good for a really long time. He's not under 40, so he didn't fit into that mix, but he is absolutely in that crop of like UK-based actors who come out and you just want to see them in absolutely everything. And All of Us Strangers had its moments, but I'm not sure anything has really like followed up on the promise of what he did in Fleabag. Like this is incredible breakout work. And Sherlock before that too. Like he has this incredible charisma and also dramatic skill. And I would really like for Elsinore to be the thing that brings all that to the forefront. I think at least counting on him getting his first nomination feels like a good bet, although Best Actor is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah.
Maybe actresses were the better pick in this because that category is so fuzzy. But also I'm just rooting for Andrew Scott. I've been excited for him. I think everyone has, like, kind of getting introduced to him in TV. I thought he was pretty great in Pressure, a movie that is fun.
I literally just saw that last night.
Did you?
2 nights ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
and?
He, by a mile, is giving the best performance. I don't know if that, like... He's giving a good performance, but giving the best performance in that movie is not hard because there's a lot of people giving really, really bad performances in that movie.
Is this more Brendan Fraser drive-bys?
I can't. I'm not even going to drive by. I am parking the car. I'm getting out.
He's getting out.
I am setting. I'm putting
He
up
is
a
glorying
folding
a
chair.
bell with a Nerf
I've got
gun.
a jack. I've got
or
a
paintball
David
gun.
Lynch style sandwich board and a cow, and I'm saying Brendan Fraser is so fucking bad as Dwight Eisenhower in Pressure. It's shocking.
It's not great casting. It was
not great casting.
Not
It's
a
not.
wise choice on any level.
Ooh.
But I agree that Andrew Scott is the best part of that movie.
I also like how you say like the buzz around Elsinore is coming from God knows where. I think we know where it's coming from. I just
don't know like which specific person originated this, but if you think you know a name,
the
you can
Focus
tell me off
folks
the air.
are doing their job. Like good for like
They just
The
picked it
buzz
up.
was out before they bought the movie.
okay. Well, they're
But also they had pressure also. So they're in the Andrew Scott business.
They are in the Andrew Scott business. That is true.
I'll also say two things I didn't even realize before I started saying this. He's also in A Place in Hell. Didn't realize that. Given how good he is at playing a like corporate suit on the comeback, that feels very promising. Yes. He's got that like great Dead-Eyed vibe.
He's so good. He genuinely
and he's
so
got
good.
Some kind of romantic drama with Emily Blunt coming up. Great. So yeah, I mean, he's just he likes to work. He was amazing in Blue Moon. Like he just keeps showing up in things. Remember how great he was in Catherine Called Birdie?
I do.
Like best scene in the movie.
Yes.
So it just he gets so many at bats that it feels inevitable, even if it's not this year.
Yes. No, I think it's a great pick.
Okay, Joe, I think you're next.
Man, I really feel like I tiptoed past. I don't know how this pick got past you to me, but I'm taking Tom Cruise. Like. That machine, chugga 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 chugga.
Do you sense an Oscar campaign?
Is Tom Cruise in a movie this year?
I have a slight. I'm
really?
I'm sensing. I'm putting my finger to the wind, and I'm feeling something in the air. Yeah, yeah. This Tom Cruise getting an Oscar or bust thing is in full force and full effect. And you know what? I don't think. I'm going to phrase this in a way that's going to sound backhanded. I do not think Hollywood or the film media establishment is equipped to resist it. Like, I just feel like there's going to be no defense against this. Like the tides, as inevitable as the tides is going to be this Tom Cruise Oscar push for Digger.
So you think this is Renee Zellweger and Judy, where it's like bend over everybody, like it's move out of the way.
Bend over everybody is a great way.
Maybe that's how we should face it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think even more so because I like, as much as we all liked that Renee was getting, a comeback and getting, her due, Tom Cruise is beloved by many, many, many people. For all the weirdness of Tom Cruise and the Death Wish and the Scientology and like all of this stuff, he's beloved. He's beloved for, decades of work. And he's, saved Hollywood per Steven Spielberg. He saved Hollywood in the aftermath of COVID and whatever. And in an industry that is really, really, I would think very much concerned with self-preservation at this point, you want to spotlight an actor like that. And I just feel like put him in front of one podium, and it's just going to be, everyone's going to want that speech at their award show. You know what I mean? And everybody's going to want to be in the Tom Cruise business this year. And
I'm going to throw out one possibility.
Yes.
What if Digger's bad?
Well, not an impossibility.
I do not want to just like take a safety pin to your balloon, Katey, but like, it's not going to matter.
Oh, okay. So you are
people.
Okay.
I mean, like there were fans of The Revenant.
We also Bardo, right? Like
it would have to be.
Bardo?
It would have to be Bardo.
I like
bad,
Bardo.
Yeah, we have the Bardo fan is in the room with us right now. So yes.
I think because for you picking him here, you're saying basically it's this year or nothing. Because if it doesn't happen this year, I don't know how we get Tom Cruise to go back to making movies like this, as opposed to just
that is true.
Being weird and jumping out of
I'm making a
this
calculated
is an all or
risk.
nothing bid.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. Chris Rosen, you want to join me on the what if Digger's bad?
I mean, I think I could definitely see it being bad, but I think I agree with Joe and Chris in terms of like I could see Andrew Scott certainly winning and be very nice. And like, I'm sure he's going to be great in this movie that we're all hearing about like secondhand. That's awesome. But I'm like, Tom Cruise is going to be Robert Downey Jr. or Will Smith or, you know what I mean? It's just is like, oh, they're going to win an Oscar. Like, it's like people do love Tom Cruise. Like everyone in Hollywood loves Tom Cruise.
Less famous and beloved actors have won Best Actor in recent years for bad movies.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
We're taking shots at Brendan Fraser again.
Whatever,
Are you kidding me?
I'm patting my cow next to me as
I just got out of the trunk of
God.
the car that Joe parked.
We did also bring up Judy if we want to spread the wealth a little bit.
Yeah, if we want to spread the shade around, yes.
Okay, here's my one other thing, because I guess I didn't pick him, so now I have to say why I didn't pick Tom Cruise. He has to play the game in a different way to win Best Actor than he did to have Top Gun Maverick on the awards campaign trail, or even then to accept his honorary Oscar. Like, he got up there, they played the clip reel, he gave his speech. It was really carefully organized. Like, I don't think can do the Brendan Fraser, I'm looking back on my career, like, interview. Like, he doesn't have that ability to open up. And I do wonder if that's a limitation, despite all the fact that everybody loves him, if like seeing him as like an actor, not like a statue who belongs in Hollywood Boulevard, could prevent him from getting to the finish line.
But Robert Downey Jr. is not a bad comparison either, because Robert Downey Jr. didn't have to do much to tweak his general persona to fit the Oscar.
But he was also in the Best Picture winner.
Well, yes. So going back then to What If Digger is Bad, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe not as much of an open and shut case as I'm trying to say, but like...
You made a very good case for it, though.
Me as the, like, not the hugest Tom Cruise fan, I was just surprised that it fell to me to make this pick. But yes, I did it.
It is the smart money. And I guess maybe I just want there to be a race, you know? I want the drama to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
I see Chris Feil. You're next.
I see Chris Feil.
This is maybe the hardest call that I've had yet in this whole episode, because I'm like, do I want to be stealthy and be like, yes, they're in the race this year, I don't think they're going to win for this performance? Do I want to stand by previous bets that I've made on this very show? I think I'm going to go with the first strategy, and I'm going to say Zendaya.
Ooh.
It
just feels like the time to, sneak that one into my pocket. Do I think she's going to win for the Odyssey or Spider-Man? Absolutely not.
Don't forget Dune.
I was going to say, Dune would actually be the one for her to contend for in terms of the
franchise
kind of role
that has received so many acting nominations.
Right, but I think...
But I have the absolute ironclad certainty, just like I was saying about Ethan Hawke, that his time is going to come, that her time is going to come.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to lay my claim down for one of our finest movie stars.
Euphoria. I think that matters.
She got nominated even though nobody liked the third season.
Exactly. And I also feel like, and again, we don't know what Dune 3 is going to be doing, but like watching that most recent trailer, I was reminded that like the way that Dune 2 ended really does sort of point in the direction of them significantly kind of recalibrating what her character is doing in the rest of the story going forward, where I think she is much more of a protagonist in this movie and a main character in this movie than her character ends up being from this point in the story going forward in the books. But
have you read Dune Messiah?
No, but I've seen the sci-fi miniseries. So like,
I've read the Wikipedia page, and it's great. Zendaya's character is a big thing, I think, in this. So.
I think like they're having her be more of like an oppositional force to Paul Atreides in a way she wasn't, at least in the miniseries. Maybe the book is more in that direction, but I don't think so.
To my understanding, no.
Yes. So I'm very interested. So like, if that's the case, I think it gives her a really interesting angle for that movie, especially if that movie ends up getting, a ton of nominations just for looking and sounding amazing. So,
like, what if she's... Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, and hey, maybe if she wins a third Emmy for Euphoria this year, which I do not think is unlikely.
It's not impossible.
It's not.
I was going to throw out imagining, like, what if she's the only acting nominee from Dune? Like Ian McKellen in Lord of the Rings. Obviously a very different type of person, but if it's considered a technical thing, but supporting actress this week, or she has like one big scene or something like that, and she's being rewarded for having this incredible year, that seems plausible also.
Well, and as Chris Rosen said, like, Best Actress this year is...
Oh, you think she'd be in lead?
I think for Dune, yes.
Cool.
For the Odyssey, and who knows how big of a role she has in the Odyssey, but
by the time this is coming out, everyone, including us, will have seen the Odyssey, and we're all just sitting here in the dark about
I know.
All these people right now.
I know.
All right, Chris Rosen, you close this out.
I'm so happy that nobody took mine because I feel like this is a lockdown Oscar win this year. It's Paul Giamatti absolutely winning a fucking Oscar. The trailer for
all over the best actor race right now.
Hell yeah.
Just a full Oscar win. Like I was like, Paul Giamatti, no disrespect, a nice man, I'm sure, very handsome, but he's not a best actor handsome. He's a best supporting actor handsome. And he's going to win best
Chris
supporting
Rosen.
actor. Holdovers was very nice, but he was never going to win for that. And he's going to win for this. Is it the debut? They love their
debut.
at A24.
The debut,
the Jesse
yeah.
Eisenberg movie.
Yeah.
The debut,
I'm like,
the
Jesse
invite,
Eisenberg,
the drama.
The drama. Yeah.
The only way they fuck this up is if he's in lead actor. If they somehow if he's in a different category. But if he's supporting actor, again, you have this year we're going to have John Goodman, probably Jesse Plemons, maybe all these like beloved people, Steve Buscemi and Sam Rockwell again, right? All these people in supporting actor potentially.
I think
But
just the
nobody
nature
has
of
the
that
narrative.
role, like she's the actress, he's the director. He's like literally like, you know,
She's
lifting
the
her
one
up.
making the titular debut.
Yeah, and it's like, what if J.K. Simmons in Whiplash was a nice man? That's what the trailer gives me.
I mean,
And
the
I'm just
trailer
like,
is
this is
giving me
it.
a Streetcar Named Marge, but in like the best
Sure.
possible way, and I'm very excited for that.
And we know Jesse Eisenberg. I think Jesse Eisenberg actually loves writing supporting actors, even though Kieran Culkin was a lead, obviously, in A Real Pain. But like,
Yeah.
I think he loves writing that kind of. I was just like, this is such a perfect. Like literally 5 seconds in the trailer, I was like, oh great, Paul Giamatti's going to win an Oscar. We really wanted this to happen like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever that was. And I'm like, great.
Jesse
So-
Eisenberg becoming the supporting actor whisperer would be the best thing to happen.
Yes.
Like I would love that so much. That would be wonderful.
That would be a fantastic outcome. And yeah, the fact that he got so close in that Oppenheimer year when like Oppenheimer was just cruising everywhere and we were like, yeah, but Paul Giamatti and the holdovers, like who's going to say no? And
And
like,
all of his speeches were so lovable. Like he
Oh
was
my
so
God.
endearing during that whole
Everybody
campaign.
loves him.
Yes.
You know, like Dave Joy Randolph in all her speeches, like weeping about how much she loved Paul Giamatti. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And
people
him
love
crying
him.
right back. That's why I was like, he needs to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Julianne Moore out there, like helping, like Julianne Moore people love. I'm just like, this is like put this down, like this. I like poly market this shit to the bank.
Yeah.
Because like he's winning an Oscar.
They're both winning. That I said that the second I saw the trailer, and I'm standing by it. They are both winning, 100%.
Chris
Mark
Feil,
it
do you have
down.
any strong feelings about the debut? I haven't heard you talk about it.
I'm doing laps. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Do we think it's going to fall festivals? Is the rumor? Again, as people hear this, we may know more.
It's
just
rumored
hoping.
to be fall festival. It's coming out December, I think, A24, right? Like, and then I mean, I would not be surprised. Like Telluride, I could see, right? Or
Seems like a
TIFF.
good
It's
tip.
perfectly
to
placed
me.
to go to all festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a great pick. Okay, so is this do we have too many actors. All right, so Andrew Scott's got to kill Tom Cruise to get in there, and then Zendaya wins Best Actress. She got to beat Julianne Moore, and Giovanni wins Supporting Actor. Congratulations to us. We figured
Perfect.
it out.
Perfect.
I feel confident in my long game on Andrew Scott, even if the Tom Cruise machine is unbeatable. Like I feel,
Yeah.
and
I think that's a
Zendaya
good
as
pick.
well.
No,
All
I think
right.
that's a good pick. Both of those are good picks.
All right, so this is going to be the last round we do that's on this episode of Prestige Junkie. Again, we're going to have a split and have it go to the Patreon. So here's the last for the first half. We have ball number 2, which I believe is our Hot Young Americans.
Okay.
So Americans under 40, which Joe was trying to spoil earlier by listing out all.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
There's never a bad time to just say the name of Elle Fanning, unprompted. And Chris Rosen, I think you kicked this one off.
I mean, we said Elle Fanning. I'm so glad. I want to take Elle Fanning. I've wanted her the whole time. I was like, she is like truly like an Annie Hall away from a runaway Best Actress win. I just think she's so beloved. She could have gotten that she got in for, or that she missed, for A Complete Unknown when she really could have gotten in, and then got in for a Sentimental Value when she really could have missed, honestly.
Well, yeah,
I just-
internal competition, all that.
like,
yeah.
everyone,
She was the first name that was listed, and it was a surprise. It was such a great start to that great nominations morning.
I just think everyone loves her. Like she's got like such a high rating of people who love her, and I think if she gets the kind of role that is like a Diane Keaton-esque comedy or something like that, that's like a little like perfectly in her wheelhouse, she would just steamroll through. She's obviously like great on a campaign. She's incredibly personable. She went to every event for A Complete Unknown. She was really like the face of that. It felt like at times I saw her like, it was MBR. What is the one they do? And I think it was MBR. She did like a tribute for something else.
She presented to it at the PGA Awards. I
Right.
remember.
I'm just like, so she was like out there for that, and people really like her. Obviously, has like been an actor for her whole life. I'm just like, I was
Plus,
like,
she's going to have a little bit of training wheels with this Margot's Got Money Trouble campaign that she's doing. So,
yeah. I mean, she's not going to win this Emmy, but like, you know, she.
And that's
you
fine.
liked her on that show, right, Chris?
Yeah, she's good on the show. Yeah. And if it was a movie, she'd probably get an Oscar for it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, more shows should be movies. That's
people should make movies.
Definitely a show that very much could be a movie.
100%. Yeah. But I was like psyched. This might be too early, but I was just like all in on Elle Fanning. I love her so much. So I was like, I think she's going to win an Oscar in the next 10 years.
Nice.
No, she is the perfect. And how old is she? Is she even 30 yet?
I think she's 28. But
oh my
let me
God.
check.
No, and she's in the perfect. I mean, I guess I keep thinking of Emma Stone as the prototypical, like, you emerge like around the time that you're 30. Jennifer Lawrence, I guess, was even younger than that. And Elle Fanning just feels like right in the Emma Stone pocket to get to that point. Yeah. 2 Oscars, who knows? But at the very least one. Chris Feil, you're next.
Here I am in this place, and I, in the previous category, snatched Zendaya because I was like, she's going to be gone so fast, I'll never be able to draft her in this category. I'm going with someone who has already been nominated, was very conceivably close to being nominated again, and that is Jesse Plemons.
That's very good.
We want nothing but gold trophies for the Plemons Dunst household. But yeah, I mean, Jesse Plemons has been in more Best Picture nominees than I think even us nerds on this call remember.
He's got to be up there with like the most for anyone alive, like him and like Pacino. His numbers are crazy.
Certainly of his age range.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
And it's just like he just keeps working with interesting people, doing very, very different roles from his last one sometimes. I mean, I've thought that he's had I'm not a Friday Night Lights person, but I did love him in Other People quite a bit. So I've been in the tank for him since that movie.
What is Other People?
That was the Chris Kelly movie with Molly Shannon.
Molly Shannon won an Independent Spirit Award for it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He is good in that.
He is.
I think things are going to stay interesting for him. And I think, again, performers who could have just as easily not been nominated for what they were nominated for. I think Power of the Dog, him getting that nomination for a role that does kind of go away throughout that movie does show the strength of how much people like him and that performance. So I'm sticking with Jesse.
You know what? Not to like give someone else's Oscar credit for him, but like Michael B. Jordan winning with Jesse Plemons sitting there in the audience for the Friday Night Lights,
old co-stars.
Like, reunion. It was really, and like you could
that.
see them like looking at each other. It was very sweet.
That was cool. Michael B. Jordan had so many cool moments like that. Like me being me, the interview where they mentioned to him that like Susan Lucci had like sent him a like nomination morning, like congratulations tweet. And he spoke so kindly about Susan Lucci, his old All My Children co-star. It was really lovely.
I think I told you at some point, I asked both him and Wagner Moura about working on soap operas, and they had so much to say about what good training ground it was.
Talking about that. Yes.
They love talking about it.
Yes.
Well, no, this is a reminder, like we're picking people who've been nominated recently. Michael B. Jordan this time last year was like a when is he finally going to get nominated situation. So these things can change quickly.
Exactly.
Joe, you're next.
Oh, this is a little daunting for me. Okay, so I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to make this pick, but like it's really hard for me not to go with my heart and pick Mike Feist because I love Mike Feist so much and I think he's so talented. But I also think he is in a real crowded marketplace for roles.
He's competing with all those Brits.
He's competing with all of those Brits. He's like, and he's just like, and he's kind of towards the back of that line. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's going to be tough. I almost picked Dominic Sessa because I think he's, on a real good trajectory. But I'm going to make a little, this is maybe going to be a little bit of a bold pick. I'm going to go with Dakota Johnson.
Ooh.
Who is not as well regarded as like the greatest actress, although I think she's a better actress than a lot of people give her credit for. I think a lot of people seem really invested in the idea that like Dakota Johnson is a bad actress. And I do not think that is the case. But I think the thing that Dakota has going for her is there's a star power to her, which is, obviously, like a lot of these actors have star power, but like for real with her. And I think sometimes they give Oscars to, the most acclaimed like thespians, but like sometimes they just give it to the person in the category who's like knocking it out of the park. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not a shade against Mikey Madison, but like Mikey Madison won that Oscar because she brought real star power to that role. You know what I mean? And I think you give Dakota Johnson a role with some meat on the bone in a movie that like people really like. And I could absolutely see her winning Best Actress. Like it is not, some of the times you really have to get over the hurdle of like, can I mentally picture them like holding an Oscar, in their hand or whatever. And I absolutely can do that with her. I think she has like, a real, people are fascinated with her in many types of ways. And I think, you look at something like Luca Guadagnino's A Bigger Splash, which was never an Oscar movie, but like the kind of thing she can bring to a movie like that, if she can do that to a movie that like is in the Oscar race, then like, yeah, absolutely. I think she can.
I love the idea of her doing like a supporting turn, like you're in 2 knockout scenes and you change the entire temperature of the movie.
That
like
too,
she has a bigger
yeah.
splash, and like that being the thing that gets her an Oscar.
Yeah. But I think, like, to me, this is a Best Actress win waiting to happen.
Oh,
I think.
okay. All right.
It's like a Jennifer Lawrence style, like, she's obviously too famous now to get the, like, on the way up Jennifer Lawrence Oscar. But, like, I still think she's, in that kind of a box, in that kind of a wheelhouse.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the same level of faith in her that you do, but I really like your argument.
This is why I thought it was a little bit of a risk, but I'm standing by it.
Well, like this whole category feels risky in a way that the Brits don't, and I don't know why. Like a lot of these names I just look at and I'm just like, Margaret Qualley, like, is that gonna happen in a way that you don't for Jodie Comer?
Now she's
and
gonna
why
have
is
her
that the case? Well, she's free.
Freedom tour that Nicole
is that
had,
a thing?
Yeah.
Post-divorce Oscar and not just an album. Which
she's in the next Jeff Nichols movie.
Well, Jeff Nichols, we're also rooting for him.
We are.
But no, I had the same thought about Dominic Sessa. I had Dylan O'Brien on here as like someone who seems to be like doing well for himself, and is he going to break through? You said Mike Weiss. I was thinking of Lucas Hedges as someone who was like, "Where you been, buddy? Like, come back through."
Hanging out with Mike Feist on the British stage doing Brokeback Mountain for a little while at least,
which nobody seemed to like. So it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a real go with my heart here, and like it could happen. Just one thing has to break right, and you all know. I think you're all with me in believing deeply. I think Keke Palmer could win an Oscar in the next 10 years.
Yes!
We would all be so happy if that happened.
That's a great. Holy shit! That's such a good.
The
pick.
thing I want. And not more, but like seems more plausible. I think she should host the Oscars. Like I had been saying that for years. She would be an incredible host of the Oscars. And I think if she gets to a point where she's, maybe even getting nominated, like getting in movies that get like just that extra pop of visibility. She's such an obvious star. Like I Love Boosters. I don't think it was like a huge hit, but much like One of Them Days, like thrives on just her incredible charisma that is coming through in this. And you imagine her bringing that in, kind of like what I was just saying for Dakota Johnson. Like you come in a supporting turn, you just like blow the roof off the place and get out of there and no one can stop talking about you. She is so immensely capable of that. So if she gets involved in a movie that's on their radar in that way, I think they are making a One of Them Days sequel. Like I don't think it's going to be an Oscar movie, but I just want it because that movie was so good.
Well, look at something like Nope, where like, if, and I think Nope was good enough to be a Best Picture contender kind of a movie.
Nope would have been a Best Picture contender now, it feels like. It's in the Academy has changed enough in the last like 5 years to make that possible, is my theory.
But I think she's great. And she ended up getting like, I think there was category confusion there a little bit, but like she ended up getting some critics awards for that. And
Yeah. I know you guys are all on board with the Keke Palmer train.
Absolutely.
She was on that round table, that actress round table. Nobody's going to remember in even a year what show she was promoting on that round table.
Do you remember now, Joe?
Nobody remembers
barely.
the TV roundtables, period, and they will remember that roundtable.
Exactly. And she was the biggest reason why. So yeah, she's great at that kind of a thing. She's great at, God, like give her an honest to God Oscar campaign. Like we would weep. It would be so good.
Yeah, I mean, I would love a Best Actress campaign, but I do think like a supporting actress, big turn, like do the Sean Penn thing, like have her be in 3 scenes of a PTA movie.
She
and
should have
run away
played the
with
Sean
it.
Penn role in that movie. You're absolutely right.
So good.
You're absolutely right. 100%.
Although if like Jason Finity asked her, "Why is your shirt so tight?" Like that conversation's not ending. Like,
Right. But she'd have been able to do that walk. She'd have been able to do the like high ass walk that he does in that movie. Yeah.
Keke Palmer could play Sean Penn's role one battle after another, but could he lead one of them days? No, he could not.
Absolutely not.
He could
So
not.
who's the more talented actor here?
No, this is like her
Absolutely
Sufjan
no
Stevens
one wants
project.
to see Sean Penn's on Hot Ones. Like, no one wants to watch that.
Keke Palmer's Sufjan Stevens project is her just like doing every Sean Penn role in order for like she's gonna be Spicoli.
She would be an incredible Spicoli.
She'd
Are
be
you
an
kidding
incredible
me?
Spicoli. Yeah, 100%. Is that my daughter in there? I would believe it from her. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Speaking of Hot Ones, I didn't bring it up with Tom Cruise, but it is important that Tom Cruise goes on Hot Ones. Like, have we,
Oh my
are we
God.
all
That will be
agreeing
the
on this?
only real interview he gives this
But, like,
season.
Yeah, but that
The
would
degree
be
to
worth
which
it.
he will absolutely refuse to let on that he is in distress or discomfort
Oh, yeah,
is going to
yeah.
be, it'll be studied by psychologists for decades.
This might be a weird comment, but it's going to be fascinating to watch Tom Cruise eat.
He's one of
Watch
those people
Tom
you don't really
Cruise
believe
consume.
eats.
Does he consume
food.
food? There's only one way to find out, and he's got to
Yeah.
go on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
All right, we're back into drafting. It is time for round 5. We all took a water break.
Did.
Everyone's feeling ready to continue on our journey, feeling good about their roster. So I haven't really even looked at
Absolutely.
like who do I have. It's like, do I feel good about all these names? I feel
You have
great
a pretty
about these
formidable
names.
roster. I'm looking
I
at
think
it right now.
we all do.
I think so.
There's
I think
so
that's
many good choices to make, but now is when it's going to start getting stressful, where we start running out of room and saying, "Oh God, am I really not going to draft this person?" So I'm going to pull out the A24 bucket full of Marty Supreme ping pong balls, and now on to category 5, which is previous SAG or Globe winner. And I'm going to kick this off with a question for you, Joe, the game maker.
Yes.
Do ensemble SAG wins count?
They do not.
Okay.
Has to be an individual win for a film.
Okay. That makes sense to me and is slightly more stressful in terms of who I can fit into this category because, like I said, we're running out of room. But I don't have to do it first, Joe. You do. So you're going
That's
to kick
true.
us off on
Okay.
this one.
Yes. So a couple people here that I had on this list that have been selected. So it sort of narrows my field a little bit. Gosh, there's quite a few. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with a 2-time Golden Globe winner because mathematically that makes my pick twice as good. It's somebody who I've already won money on in betting on their Oscar fortunes before, so I feel like, why don't I just double down? And I'm going to go with Colin Farrell. Who I think with that Banshees of Inisherin campaign really reminded people that, like, oh, we really like him. Like, he's very fun. The former bad boy days have only sort of, like, increased our current feeling for him. I think of the Hollywood folks who overcame, drinking/drug problems in their youth, I find him so much more genuine and charming than Robert Downey Jr. But I guess that worked for Robert Downey Jr. So like, who's to say? I don't know. I think his last Oscar contending movie, and I'm going to say contending in big old scare quotes because what Ballad of a Small Player? What was it called?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Big Bold Beautiful Journey. It was a rough fall
Well,
for
yes, it was a tough
Colin.
2025 for our friend Colin, but I have a ton of faith in him, right? I have not even looked at what's coming up. I tried not to get too bogged down in like what's immediately ahead for these people because
This is a vibes draft. We're going off of what
it's
feels like it's
definitely
coming.
a vibes draft.
This is
but
a great
yeah.
pick, Joe. I'm full on board with Colin Farrell.
what
I think
does
this is a
he
good
have
pick.
coming up next though? Besides, well, The Batman Part 2, I guess, is the only thing I'm seeing.
They're going to
on his
make that
Wikipedia.
movie. Actually, they keep saying they will, and then they'll actually make it someday.
I guess. I mean, there does seem to be money to be made on that. And, like, I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, but, like, it had its charms.
Did you know he's currently on an Apple TV show where he plays a detective who's also an alien?
I did know that. Yes.
He was on
not just a detective, Katie, an alien.
It got renewed for a second season that's airing right now.
He's supposed to be
Unreal.
in that Fernando Morella's adaptation of Art. That stars. It's supposed to be him, Ray Fiennes, and Wagner Moura, and I don't know when that is going to come to fruition, but that has been talked about.
IMDb says he's filming a Luca Guadagnino movie called Sergeant Rock. Didn't that not happen?
I think that fell apart.
Okay, that feels
Luca
right.
Guadagnino is really becoming one of those directors who you really cannot trust.
He's like Guillermo del Toro. Like, everything is allegedly being made.
And then he'll make something and it's like, wait a second, where did that come from? Like, hold on. So yes, there's also something that is allegedly in pre-production called Bad Bridget. That is an Irish set film that stars him and yet also Himesh Patel and yet also Donald Gleason and Amelia Jones.
I'm already on board.
I'm on board.
You naming some names we like. Well, and he seems like a good longitudinal bet. He works all the time. He's very employable in a whole different range of things. I guess he's not in Wild Horse 9, even though he and Mark McDonough have this good collaboration. But a lot of directors, like, people want to work with him at this point in his career.
Yes, I think so. So, and I think he's also just like, again, close your eyes, imagine him holding an Oscar aloft. You can do it. Like, it does not take a leap. So yes.
He has a Golden Globe for In Bruges, and then what's his other one for?
Didn't he win a Globe for Banshees, or am I making that up? He did, right?
I'm trusting you.
He did, because he was in comedy, and Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser were in drama, and Austin Butler won the Globe for Elvis.
Right.
Yes.
No, you can picture him holding an Oscar because you've seen him holding a Golden Globe already.
We've seen him holding the two different Golden Globes, the old good-looking Golden Globe statue
and the aluminum
the new
can,
Bud Light tall boy-looking Golden Globe statue that looks cheap as hell. Yeah.
That does seem important.
It does.
Okay, I think it is my turn next. I'm not known at remembering my order very well, and I don't want to just pick another hunk who has gone through various phases of his career and is now in a good spot. But I think I'm going to, because I think I got to pick Ryan Gosling. He is in.
I'm surprised he didn't go in contention this year, because I think
he's not going to win this year, Joe.
Well, the longer this year goes along, the more like
the better Project Hail Mary looks.
Is like one of the few movies that everybody has seen and liked.
Wait,
so you don't need to run it back, but you literally just said Tom Cruise is going to win an Oscar. There's no doubt that he's going to win an Oscar.
Listen, this is a different podcast. We're on a whole different podcast
Joe thinks
feed right now.
because this is a different episode that we don't remember.
I am not to be held to any of my statements.
You are allowed to contain multitudes. Those multitudes can be Tom Cruise and Ryan Gosling.
How dare you?
There's ties. You can have a tie. There's no saying that's not possible.
We just had one last year. Ties are absolutely possible.
I agree with you that the longer the year goes on, and Chris Rose and you and I have talked about this, that Project Hail Mary gets stronger and stronger the longer it goes on. And even if he doesn't win Best Actor this year, I would love to see it happen. I think he's really terrific in it. It is such a showcase for him. It's a showcase for him as doing the like hard acting, like I'm front and center, like from Blue Valentine, or when he was like breaking out as a young man, and also leaning on charm of like Barbie and The Nice Guys. Like, it is combining all of these things he does so well. He looks fantastic in that movie. It's not a small thing. And he carries it, and there just aren't a lot of people who could. And like, it's such a success for him. It sets him up in such a perfect place. And I mean, I wonder if he's now getting to the point of Brad Pitt where it's like, if this is his money ball and like it succeeds, it gets him to the Oscars. It says like, okay, he's figured it out. He knows exactly what he's doing. The clock is now ticking to finally make this happen.
He doesn't have to win Best Actor to have this be a very, very good year for his prospects. Because like, I think you make a very good point, which is that sometimes just to have a leading man like shoulder a movie like that, like to be the person who like upon whose shoulders that movie rests really does like put you in an echelon that you know ups your respect factor quite a bit.
Yeah, it really like the Brad Pitt and Moneyball thing, where it was like he's able to lean into what he's able to do so well and makes the movie work as a result of it. I mean, I think he could win. I said Andrew Scott was going to win. We all have a lot of ideas here.
Best actor is going to go to a lot of people this year.
I would think he'd be great to win. He'd be a great winner.
But I actually think what you said, Joe, about like Project Hail Mary is a win, whether or not he wins Best Actor is maybe what will keep him from winning Best Actor, because
I think that's probably true.
He has this, or maybe why he didn't win. I don't remember who beat him for Robert Downey Jr. beat him the Barbie year. That was never going to happen. Should he have won?
And Forrest Whitaker beat him for the Half Nelson year.
Yeah, but
should he have won for Barbie? Barbie should have won for everything. So yes.
Yeah. I mean, Billie Eilish has Dua Lipa's Oscar. We're all well aware of that.
Well, that is true. That's the one Oscar that Barbie shouldn't have won. But yes,
which is the only one that it did win.
Yes,
right. It only won that one because Poor Things beat. I think Poor Things beat it in costumes and production design.
You're right. Poor Things. Yes,
really.
Poor Things snuck out all those girl awards. I mean, the female coded awards.
We're not drafting directors in this, but the Greta Gerwig Oscar redemption is coming. It might be in the next 10 years. We'll see how Narnia pans out, but man, they owe her so much. Okay, Chris Rosen, you are next. I feel like we just took two of your guys off the board.
You definitely took the two people I was hoping for. That's okay. The third one I had was Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I think when Andrew Garfield didn't win for Tick, Tick, Boom, which he should have won in real time, and now obviously in hindsight.
Well, you talk about a sliding doors moment there.
Holy shit. But I mean, he's so good in Tick, Tick, Boom. And I remember on the campaign, he was like, so people really love Andrew Garfield. And I was like very bullish on the movie that doesn't exist that we talked about last episode, We Live in Time. when I first heard about it, I was like, he can win an Oscar for this, like Kramer vs. Kramer style or whatever. The movie's not that good. It's fine. He's really good in it though. And I mean, his choices maybe are strange. I don't know. I thought he was great in After the Hunt, and I really thought he was like maybe the best part of the movie.
That's an interesting. I did not of all the things you're going to say. I didn't think.
Well, I'm just thinking of his like recent stuff, and like obviously we'll see how like he is at Sam in Artificial, right? That's this year, right?
He's how about the Magic Faraway Tree, which he's got coming out this summer?
That looks really fun. The trailer, but not as
I take the kids to see that.
I think Andrew Garfield is definitely. I feel like he maybe a couple of years ago I would have said definitely would win an Oscar in the next 5 years. Now I'm like, well, 10 years is good. Like maybe he'll get it in the next 10. So I think he's right on target to do it. And people just love, like, he's so charming. He reminds you a little of Andrew Scott, like we were talking about in the last episode, where it's just like, man, get him on a campaign. He's going to be super charming. Put him up on a stage. He does a speech and it's just be like, of course we want this guy to win an Oscar. So if it's the right movie, I think he'll win. So,
yeah, he's managed to seem very like authentic in all these press tours, despite like obviously it's all very stage managed and manufactured, but like he feels very likable in a way that like even Ryan Gosling doesn't quite get there. Like Ryan Gosling is like playing a part, but Andrew Garfield is just like the nice man who you are happy to have at your table, which is a very powerful thing on these awards campaigns.
Is his Golden Globe from the Golden Globes that didn't exist, that were just tweeted out?
Oh, maybe. So. Where did that fall in the COVID?
Music is the best medicine. Wasn't that the Golden Globes?
Wasn't I remember they tweeted something demented about like Rachel Zegler winning for West Side Story.
Medicine, wasn't that it?
So Tick, Tick, Boom and West Side Story were the same year?
Yes.
Wow, that is wild.
We lived in such great times. The COVID pandemic was great. It was so much fun.
My new theory,
those are great movies.
My new theory is that like 2021, we've talked about this on our podcast, Chris.
Yes.
2021 is a much weirder year than 2020. Like that's
yeah. It's absolutely true. Well, it was just a lot of people being like, "We're back, right? And things are normal." And then like the slap happens, and you're like, "Oh, no one's normal." Like
nothing's ever gonna
we are all broken.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris
Way to quote Jewel on our podcast, Chris. I love that.
Wow. It was meant to be. Chris, you wrap up this round.
This is so hard because there's a lot of different directions I could go, and now I'm kind of navigating the categories to come. And like as the list is narrowing down,
I feel like we have picked three people whose like faces you could just like mush together like so easily. As much as I love all three of them, it's very homogenous.
Well, and I'm also being pulled in different directions of, do I want what I want or do I want to win? And those are the two primary forces in my life.
Remember, this is a 10-year game, so you have a lot of time to win.
Yeah. I think I want to win. So I'm going to say Emily Blunt. I think the clock is rolling now that she has finally gotten a nomination. I don't think Disclosure Day will be the one. Even I, who love that movie so much, I maybe have a few misgivings about that performance. But
I think she's wonderful in it.
I love her in that.
Yeah. And then regardless, I think the clock is ticking at this point. And it doesn't necessarily feel like she's going to be doing the type of projects that wouldn't have gotten her an Oscar. Like, as much as we love Edge of Tomorrow / Live, Die, Repeat / whatever they're calling it now, that's not like gonna win her an Oscar. And even though she won her SAG for A Quiet Place, I don't think A Quiet Place was ever gonna win her an Oscar either. I definitely think these are points that I will be having if we're talking about the next 10 years.
I think Disclosure Day did a lot for her career trajectory. I think it's because for as much as, she was sort of in the conversation for the Smashing Machine, I really sort of dismayed seeing her in that kind of a role, and just how thankless it was, just how much it was just sort of just like, oh, play the absolute harridan of a girlfriend / wife or whatever. It's just like, I'm so glad that, I think you're right. I think Disclosure Day is not going to end up being an Oscar movie, but it's a movie that everybody saw and everybody talked about and everybody pretty much agreed that she was great. And
she was in 2 big hits in a row. Like, Devil Wears Prada 2 was also huge for her.
Yes. Yep.
What if she gets in for Disclosure Day? They fraud her in supporting, right? Like, they could easily do that.
I'd love it. I'd support it.
I think she could still get nominated. I don't think she's winning for Disclosure Day.
No, but she could get nominated.
And if she's supporting, it's tough.
That would be wild, particularly when lead is so soft.
Just go for it, Chris.
Soft too, though. I don't know.
Oh my God, where are the women at, guys?
I've seen more fraudulent campaigns than that. I'm with Rosa, and I think I could see it happening.
All right, she's so the lead of that movie. Like Dr. Connor gets wiped off the screen.
Not to bring up the Emmys yet again, but did you see the shit they pulled with DTF St. Louis? Where everyone's supporting. It's just fuck you, man. You can't just do that.
They love doing things like that.
Yeah.
I think you might have the most winner pick of all of it, Chris.
Yeah,
but Emily Blunt also famously much more beloved by SAG and the Globes than how many Golden Globes does she have? It is many at this point, right?
She's at least won one for television, and then
which we don't count for these purposes, we should say.
No, but she's won.
Oh, she only has one. She's just been nominated a ton.
She's been nominated a ton. She was nominated for The Young Victoria. She was nominated for
Mary Poppins Returns, a good movie.
Did they nominate her for Devil Wears Prada?
They did nominate her for Devil Wears Prada correctly. That was an excellent
call. They
nominated
her for Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
What a great movie.
But they led us to the iconic Will Ferrell, Kristen Wiig presenting bit, so it was all worth it. The Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Yeah. Okay, we're on to another category. Pulling out the bucket. I'm trying to hold it up so everyone.
Only 3 categories left. Wow.
I know.
All right.
This is crunch time.
Number 7, which is, I have to keep clicking back. Oh, the comeback Oscar. Okay. Now is where the fan fiction really begins.
Okay.
Would anyone like to bring up Brendan Fraser before we get started?
Would anybody, Katie Rosen, would you like to throw another stray at Brendan Fraser?
But there are other people we can mention in this.
Yes,
I think,
of course.
Zellweger's second Oscar, I think, can be called a comeback Oscar. This is the kind. It had Demi Moore won for The Substance. That would have been considered a comeback Oscar.
Ke Huy Quan, would you call?
They
don't necessarily have to have been Amy Madigan. I think you could credibly call that a comeback Oscar. They don't have to have been locked in a cell for
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Or whatever.
Would we? Give
Possibly,
it that?
although I feel like she had sort of started to ramp up with the David Gordon Green Halloween movies by then. But I
guess that's true. She was more consistently famous.
But you could make an argument. But just somebody who's been outside of the spotlight or just not in the realm of these kinds of roles for a very, very, very long time for whatever reason. So
yeah, there's so many directions you can go with this.
There really are.
I think it's hard because it depends on who I get. Like tell us what movie you're imagining. Which director is making this possible? What are the circumstances in which this happens? Like the more info, the better. But of course I say that and it's not my turn to pick first. It's Chris Feil's. And Chris, I can only imagine how many good ideas you have for this.
I have too many ideas for this. And also, I have a few ideas that I wouldn't want comeback to be like a insult in some way, because there's a lot of people who you could think of in this way that it's like they're still working and doing their own thing. They're just not an Oscar consideration anymore.
That's Amy Madigan. She was working consistently.
Well,
yeah, a lot of it on TV, but yeah.
Which just really threw a wrench in what I was gonna do, because there's the one that I want, and then there's this other one that I want to maybe be a little cute, and that's what I'm gonna do, and be like, guys, it's right there. Ed Harris, bring back
the symmetry of it
Oscars golden couple.
This is a great pick.
It should be Ed Harris. Ed
Harris would have qualified for so many of these categories, honestly, because nominated 4 times, I want to say
4 times, yeah.
And has won
at least
one
twice of
Golden
those.
Globe.
He was probably second place.
Yes.
And, just because that was happening back in the 90s, people have kind of forgotten about that. I think it would be really formidable if he was in something and people got reminded of that. Plus, as I mentioned, the Oscars' new golden couple of him and Amy Madigan should be an annual staple.
He wouldn't even have to do that much. I guess Judd Hirsch in Fabelmans is a bad example because he didn't win. But that was something where it's oh my God, he's back. We're so happy to have him. He's in 10 minutes of this movie. Get him in there.
Did Judd Hirsch do a single interview for the Fabelmans?
No, he definitely did. He was he was out there as much as you can be in your 80s. But I think Ed Harris has so much power that he could do that.
There's a bunch of Tommy Lee Jones roles from the last 10 years that I could imagine that, Ed Harris could take a role like that and get an Oscar nomination for it. So
yeah, and he's been working a lot. Did you know he's on Dutton Ranch?
Oh no,
but that tracks.
I
can see that.
Free him.
No, get that paper, Ed.
Look, Annette Bening is on Dutton Ranch and also in that Andy Samberg movie. So why not both? We want the Harris
and
Madigan.
She's on Lucky, the Apple TV show.
She sure is.
Annette
hovering over this entire
which one
draft.
is Lucky?
It's the Anya Taylor-Joy show from. It's on Apple. It looks great. I haven't watched it yet. It's out this week. When people are listening, they've already seen it on Apple.
Yeah, it's a hit. It's sweeping the nation. I'm sure.
Sweeping the nation,
like all Apple TV shows do.
I will talk about how good Apple TV is, and even still, they will throw me a curveball like Lucky, starring Anya Taylor-Joy. You don't know
if something is going to be Sugar season 2 or Widow's Bay because it all feels so random. And then when something is really good, you're like, oh, everyone actually watched this one this time. Great.
Yeah.
Apple TV, get out of here. We're talking about movies over here. Chris Rosen.
I found this one this is the hardest one for me.
It's
I'm
so
glad
hard.
you picked Ed Harris. You could go in a million directions. I'm going to go Sharon Stone. I just want her to win an Oscar. And I don't know if it counts as a comeback, though, but I think it would. Because
she was on my list. Yeah.
She's on Euphoria this past season. She has 2 scenes with Maude Apatow, and she kind of blows her off the screen. I like Maude Apatow, but she really is. She's playing a head of Warner Brothers or something in the season. But yeah, Sharon Stone's great. She should honestly have at least 1 Oscar. I could argue maybe multiple Oscars because I think she should have won for Basic Instinct.
Hell
and she probably could have won for Casino also.
Yep.
She's a great actress, and I think she would have such an easy narrative if she came back. Obviously, she's not. She's done it. She's done and talked a lot about her life. I think she wrote did she write a memoir too, or am I making this
up?
Yes,
she sure did.
So
it's
she
really good.
So she has told her story before, but man, you get her on a campaign. I feel like she would talk a bunch of shit that people would love.
Oh my God.
And she's still a great actress, and I could see the movie give her a auteur director doing she could do I don't want. It could be as reductive as like the mom reconnecting with her daughter, like an older mom, like reconnecting with her adult daughter,
movie.
or like
put her in another
Scorsese
movie would be a great
What
idea.
I mean, she's not, but like playing Jennifer Lawrence's mom in like a Scorsese movie, like that's an Oscar win as a supporting actress or whatever. And
I realize,
I'll
like,
be like, this is great.
Telling her she has to be in a Scorsese movie, like we don't know how many are left. Like I know that's a limited.
We have What Happens
realm.
at Night, right? Isn't that the next one?
Remember
But
how
she's
great,
not
like Joe and Chris Feil, I know you've watched Rolling Thunder Review because we had to do it for that Scorsese draft. Remember how great she is pretending to have had an affair with Bob Dylan?
With Bob Dylan.
Yes.
So good.
So
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
She's just the best. I mean, I've always loved her as an actress. She's like so good, and she really. I do think there's one more in her, one more run at this in her in like a real movie, and then she gets an
Her
Oscar.
being
I
on
don't know.
Euphoria is a fantastic evidence. I also, because I was thinking of her, I went down her IMDb. The amount of time she's played herself in music videos and also on The New Pope in the last like 6 years.
The New Pope.
I don't know.
What a pull.
I don't know why she was on The New Pope.
That's great.
But that is evidence of her staying power, that people care about her. They want to put her in like whatever these videos are. So that she's a perfect pick, I think.
You watch those, I mean, all those movies in the 90s, she's like fucking amazing. Like it's Quick and the Dead, she's amazing. Like it's just like even like the trashy stuff, I'm like, she's so good. She's so good. She was such a good actress.
Sharon Stone winning an Oscar would be spiritually the universe making it up for Demi Moore not winning an Oscar. That would be, that would nourish my soul in a
That
very
feels big coming
way.
from you, actually, Joe. Yeah, that's I think we all need
I love
that to
Sharon
happen.
Stone. I fucking, I think, I mean, comparing, their careers and whatever, I think Sharon Stone's career is much more accomplished, I think, than even Demi's. So yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. Okay, I feel good about my pick also, although I also had a really hard time. And I don't know if we're going to get to our discards pile and just go completely nuts, but I feel good about settling on Rosie Perez.
Oh, that's such a good one, Katie.
She had that comeback moment with the flight attendant a couple years ago.
Sure.
She was terrific on that very silly show and was out there and was giving interviews and was so like happy to be back in the mix. She is working all the time. She shows up as herself in Highest to Lowest. I think Chris Rosen, we saw her at the premiere, right?
That was
Were you
awesome.
with me walking down the street, watching her walk out of there? She's doing a bunch of voice work. Like she is working. Is she on the new season of The White Lotus, or was she on it? This is her IMDb is leading me astray. If she's on The White Lotus,
she's in the new season. Yeah, no, in this coming season, the new
that
one.
is all laying the groundwork. Like I don't know what director I want to propose for it, as much as I said I want that, but it's a supporting turn like we keep talking about, which is what she's so perfect at, like going back all the way to Do the Right Thing. Like you come in, you get a couple of great scenes. She is such a force of nature. She's genuinely iconic, and like the way that she's continuing to work so much, like she's working with everybody. This is the, like, we're going to talk about this in another category. Like if you are that well known in the industry and you've worked with everyone and everyone can remember some of your great performances and wants to get another one out of it. I mean, maybe like put her in a Zach Cregger movie like Amy Madigan, right? Like put her with a young director who's like admired her and wants to like bring something out of her. It would be so exciting. She deserved more than just a flight attendant comeback.
Have Spike Lee do for her what Mike Lee did for Marianne Jean-Baptiste.
Oh, nice.
And
I don't think I've ever just heard someone be like, the Lees, Mike.
The Lees,
Spike.
Spike and Mike, yes. Yes, but like give her like just a showcase movie. Like I would.
I mean,
this is such a good pick. I had her written down too. I thought this is a really good one.
We are all, and I've never seen her nomination in the 90s, Fearless. I've never seen it, so I need.
It's good.
To see that.
It's been forever since I saw it, but I remember thinking it's really good. She's really good in it, and Bridges, but also Isabella Rossellini as Jeff Bridges' wife is also very good in it.
I mean, the Isabella Rossellini nomination, like that's like the perfect model for a lot of these things that we're talking about.
Have her make some copies and
stare at a computer screen.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Joe, you close this out.
I mean, I've been left with just the Sophie'sist of choices here.
Vast real estate.
You don't understand the number of 80s leading women I have to choose from right now, where like I gave serious thought to Melanie Griffith. I gave serious thought to Kathleen Turner.
It would be so funny if you chose Melanie Griffith and Dakota Johnson.
That would be great. I didn't even think about that. That would be wild. That's true. I'm flipping a coin and not picking Meg Ryan, but I really do want to because I think that would be incredible.
Meg Ryan will be in the Lena Dunham movie.
That's exciting.
Yes. I don't know if that's necessarily a path to Oscar, but yes.
That's a comeback. We'll take it.
I think the more plausible though one to me, even though, and I mean it's the namesake of our podcast here. So Deborah Winger. I think a Deborah Winger comeback Oscar would be rad as hell. I think similar to Sharon Stone, the one thing that I would worry about is that she would kind of maybe talk her way out of it. Famously outspoken Deborah Winger. But I think there are just so many contexts in which I could see her succeeding. One of them being something similar to what she had in Rachel Getting Married. I'm still somewhat surprised that she was not nominated for supporting actress for that movie.
Incredible in that movie.
She's really, really good. And like that narrative, would have been really fantastic. I could also see her as a, let's say, like less pitched version of like a Melissa Leo in The Fighter kind of a thing, of just like, a sort of foul-mouthed kind of a mom, but with like a little bit more gravitas than what Melissa was giving. But the one thing I thought of was like, put her in a like 9-minute monologue heavy scene in a Best Picture frontrunner. You know what I mean? Like, where's her Beatrice Straight, style, her Judi Dench in Shakespeare in Love, just something where she plays a character who shows up about 2/3 into the movie and blows everybody off of the screen, and give her an Oscar for that. Finish
your thought.
Well, I was going to say, famously, nominated for Terms of Endearment along with Shirley MacLaine. Also, was she nominated for
Shadowlands?
Shadowlands, yes, of course. And yeah, I think those are her only 2 nominations.
No, she's been nominated 3 times. She had an Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes, there we go.
I had it pulled up. I didn't just know that.
But I also just think like she's got just fantastic screen presence and is just, such an interesting actress. And like that movie Searching for Deborah Winger, like does mean that she is sort of emblematic, I think, for a generation of actresses, for this idea that like actresses age out of castability. And I think there would be a really, really easy way to rally, behind her for, a comeback Oscar for that.
The thing I was trying to barge in and say is that it's a good thing that David O. Russell is not making movies at the clip he was before, but like that kind of like everyone in a house yelling and then someone gets a big scene, like it could be good. You could do the Jackie Weaver path for Deborah Winger. Like it could absolutely work.
Yep.
That's a good one. What a banger lineup of people we have.
I love our comebacks.
I want every single one of them to get exactly what they deserve. All right, so I'm back to drawing the balls, although we've kind of rigged it because we have a wild card category that has to be last. But just for the sake of posterity, here's ball number 6, which is another one I think we might argue about. Character actor. What makes a character actor? Joe, I'm going to wait for you to tell me my picks are wrong.
I mean, much in the way that the Supreme Court at one point defined pornography, you know it when you see it. I think we could haggle about it a little bit, but I think in general we have a decent sense of the cadre of actors who are, who will just show up, punch a clock, deliver a 7th lead that like really knocks it out, will, put on a nun's habit and peer over the tops of their glasses and just...
Who could you possibly be talking about?
Just kill it. So, I think these actors have a hard time winning Oscars, but it does happen. It has been known to happen. Once again, I will bring up Amy Madigan. I'll bring up J.K. Simmons,
Octavia
Chris
Spencer,
Cooper,
would we
Chris
count?
Cooper, I
Chris
think
Cooper's a good one.
Applies. Octavia Spencer, yes, exactly.
Allison Janney?
For movies, yes. And in TV, maybe a little bit less so, but yes, in movies that's a
useful distinction, though, of like you can be a TV star but a movie character actor.
I think that's true. Katey, you're up first.
Yeah, I know. And I really want to know where you guys are all thinking before I have to pick. So I think I'm going to go with one. Like I wrote down so many names of delightful people that I look forward to arguing about, but then I got kind of a wild hair looking through the Wikipedia of the Odyssey and noticed that Bill Irwin is in the Odyssey. Speaking of Rachel getting married.
I
I don't even know if he is, you can see his face in the Odyssey. Again, we haven't seen it yet. I'm just thinking of Tars, the icon Tars of Interstellar.
Living
so
legend
I don't
Tars.
know what he is doing in the Odyssey. I'm not saying
He's
it's
the
happening.
Cyclops, right?
Is he?
I believe he is. Yes.
He's the Cyclops.
Yes.
Okay, so he needs to play a human being in a Nolan movie, which might be the bar to clear. But he's worked with everybody. He's working with like top tier directors, like Rocky the Alien ran because Tars walked. Like he is like building iconic things over time.
Tars kind of rolled, but yeah,
he shuffles.
Or no, wait, sorry, that was Case who rolled. Case moved very quickly and rolled.
Tars
to save,
has like the little legs that like
that's right.
go
You're
back
right.
and
Never
forth.
mind.
We just love to talk about Tars. And yeah, I mean it's the same thing with all of these. I think we're gonna say it's like it just has to be the right role. Like this person has put all the pieces in place, and you can't predict what the bolt of lightning that's gonna strike is gonna be. But like I think being in a Nolan movie in a role the size even of like the one Matt Damon had in Oppenheimer, like A, he could knock it out of the park, and B, could get that nomination for it, and everyone would be like, oh shit, Bill Irwin, like what have we been doing this whole time? We're ready for it. So I would personally love to see that happen for my man Tars. Probably not for Cyclops though. I guess.
That's a good pick though. He's also been around forever and has worked with probably like everybody.
He's like the most revered living clown.
I was going to say, I love his history as a clown. That's such a cool angle.
Do you think
for
that
him.
Connor Story's clowning history is just going to like raise the status of clowns?
Father and son.
It's going to be a great period for clowns.
Father and son clown movie. Bill Irwin and Connor Story. I would love it.
I'm ready. Put them both in there. Okay, that was a tough pick. Joe, you have to go next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, lots to choose from here. Ultimately, there was one at the top of my list that I'm not going to be able to get away from, and I just have such a good feeling about this. I mentioned, wearing a nun's habit and peering over the top of your glasses. The person, Elizabeth Marvel, is probably most often peering over her glasses too. At home is Bill Camp. And I think I could really easily see Bill Camp just like getting the perfect role. I think he's been more TV coded up until this point. He has 2 Emmy nominations for The Night of and Presumed Innocence. I think both of those he plays lawyers.
A detective or a lawyer cop or something.
Yeah, yes. But I also think of roles like him in, he's the one in Wildlife, right? Who's dating or whatever, courting Carey Mulligan away from Jake Gyllenhaal.
Correct.
I love him famously in Molly's Game as
he's good.
The guy going on tilt in in Molly's Game. He's so good in that. I just feel like he has that J.K. Simmons thing of like, throw him in 10 movies and in 9 of them, he's going to just be like a plug and play, part of the ensemble. And then in that 10th one, he's just going to like absolutely blow you off of the map. And I think I would love to see it happen. And who knows? This could be a wishful thinking pick, but wouldn't it be fun?
I'm realizing looking at his known for, not to spoil some future IMDb game you'll play, but he's in both 12 Years a Slave and Birdman. So he was in back-to-back Best Picture winners. I didn't realize he was in either of them. That's the power of a character actor.
The Jesse Plemons of the early teens, many are calling him. Yeah.
Jesse Plemons, I guess, is not a character actor, but does feel in the lineage of all these people we're talking about.
Yeah.
Excellent. Iconic pick, as I imagine all of these are going to be. Chris Feil, you're next.
I feel like this is going to get some quibbles in terms of character actor distinction. But again, I want to win. And when Joe's talking about you can see this person holding their Oscar at some point, and I think this actor who I really love, does kind of show up in a lot of different unexpected things. You would kind of like to see this performer given bigger roles in some of those things, but I have to get someone from the Sheep Detectives in here, and I'm saying Hong Chow.
Oh,
Nice.
Good pick.
Good
Fun
pick.
Yes.
I think she absolutely counts.
Really good.
I don't think I knew she was in the Sheep Detectives.
Sure
Katie,
is.
what are you doing if you haven't seen the Sheep Detective?
And embarrassing myself.
I think you'd like it. It's very cute.
It's cute.
I absolutely see Hong Chow having an Oscar in the next decade, and she does play smaller character roles in things, whether it's a Yorgos Lanthimos movie, whether it's the Sheep Detectives, or almost getting nominated for Downsizing.
The Menu, she's actually really good in The Menu.
The
I
Menu,
think, in a very
when
small
people
role.
talk about loving Hong Chow, they talk about The Menu. It's one of the first things that they'll mention. That nomination for The Whale could have just as easily not happened, considering that whole campaign was the Brendan Fraser show.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that she did get nominated shows that there is real respect for her out there.
Thoughts on her in Wuthering Heights this year?
One of the more interesting things of the movie, even if I know that is controversial.
I couldn't believe what was going on in that story, in that part of the story as it was going on.
That part of the story is bizarre.
It's so weird. It's so crazy. But I love her. I love seeing her sort of get up in the mix there. Yeah.
She's so good at being kind of mean and scary, but also someone you want to be around. She's got. I feel like we haven't
so
even
good
seen
on
everything she
Watchmen.
could do.
Remember her?
And I think regardless of what she's in or what role she's playing and what genre she's working with, she always brings this kind of grounded reality to everything, even when it's something that's heightened and semi-ridiculous, like Wuthering Heights. So that it's we maybe don't think of her as a character actor, but I do think that she counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick.
All right. Excellent.
All right, Chris Rosen, you got a lot to choose from.
I want to get a ruling on. I do have way too many to choose from. I want to get a ruling on mine before. Well, I'll do it. But Brian Tyree Henry, do we consider him a character actor?
Ooh,
I've never seen him play a lead. So
he was on the lead on TV at Katie's favorite show,
Dope Thief. Him and Wagner
I don't think
Moura.
counts.
Dream
That's
Team.
true.
I'm gonna pick him then. If we're counting him as, I would qualify him as a character.
I think Brian
actor.
counts. Yeah.
I mean, I think he got an Oscar nomination through sheer force of his charisma off screen for Causeway, which is a movie that does not exist. A very nice movie.
It's a very
one of the
movie,
most crazy Oscar nominations we've had in the last 10 years because
Really
no one has
was.
seen that movie. No one even knows about it. He's opposite
It
Jennifer
doesn't get
Lawrence.
talked about enough how wild it is.
Wait,
How
was
he
that
got
also
in.
2021 and how weird that movie year was? Or was that
That was
later?
2022,
It was
I
two.
think.
Yeah. Again, 22, also still weird.
But he was great in the movie, and he's just I think he's such a great, he was so good in Beale Street, just one scene crushing, and he's really fun in Bullet Train, which is Beef's favorite movie, right? Oscar Isaac and
You're calling him?
Bullet Train.
Beef. He plays Beef and Beef.
Yeah.
No.
That's right. Bullet Train is a very important part of their screening.
I think he's just a
match.
fantastic. I absolutely think he can win an Oscar in the next 10 years.
Oh, totally.
I think he would be
Yeah.
a supporting Oscar winner if he was going to get one, like he did for Causeway. It's so easy to imagine him in some, bigger ensemble and just crushing it in 3 scenes or 4 scenes. I don't think
as he does in Widows, a fantastic movie.
another
Oh
great
my
he's
God.
amazing in.
Could have
right?
easily Oscar worthy in Widows.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I think he just feels like a guy who's going to win one, and I think he would be such a great Oscar winner. I think he could have
good
won for
recent-
Widows and Beale Street. So
Really good recent guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. Brian
Wow,
Tyree.
I did not know that.
if you aren't going to count him, I had other people too,
No.
including Michael Stuhlbarg, who I'm shocked nobody here mentioned.
Oh my God.
That's
I didn't
true.
even-
It's true.
God.
That's an oversight on my part. Stuhlbarg's a good idea for that.
But I'll go
I
Brian
also
Tyree.
had in my back pocket, in case somebody had taken Bill Camp, I had Bob Balaban ready and waiting
nice.
to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys were going to rule Tracy Letts as a character actor because he's
No,
so
he'd be
famous
good.
for doing
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
stuff
Been
too.
great.
No, that would have been, good.
He
was so
and
good in
Bill
House of
Irwin and Bill
Dynamite.
P are really operating in the same waters. He is so
Totally.
good in House of Dynamite.
I just rewatched The Post the other day, and Tracy Letts
So good.
freaking rules in that movie. He's
What
so
a great
good.
idea.
Fritz, he plays Fritz.
Okay, so we're on to our final
Oh, boy.
Marty Supreme
Yikes.
Ball 8, which is wild card. No pressure, guys, but there's a lot of people left on the board.
There sure are.
And this could be the path to victory. Like, no rules, no age ranges or geography. As I keep saying, like, people in their 40s and 50s are just kind of like hanging around as not quite ready for a comeback and also not young enough. So
I also want to resist the idea of this just being like a catch-all. Like, this is a free space where we just put someone who we didn't pick, like the category being wild card. I don't want to speak for everybody. I do want to have,
you're making that a descriptive,
a little bit of risk involved. You know, like
okay. I might try, but I have my heart set on some people who might not qualify.
I know. My heart is, I've broken my own heart by some of the people I haven't picked already.
But Chris Rosen, you have to go first, and you can decide how you want to take it.
I was not going to do it goofily. I was going to do it down the, like I was going to try to.
We're in it to win, Chris.
I'm trying.
I'm in
it to win. No, I'm in it to win. I'm in it to win. Man, this is so hard. I have so many people on my ear.
It's really nuts.
Who's going to win an Oscar in 10 years from this list of people? There's so many people. I want to pick. I want to pick in that, like we're saying, like the 40 range, I think is strong, or like 50 range, I think is good. But I'm going to take Robert Pattinson here to fuck all you guys over.
You took my pick.
Took my pick. Yeah.
You were
literally the two things I have bets for.
You were going to pick
get taken from
the
me.
most obvious.
Oh,
Sorry.
Such a good pick.
You were trying to
such
say
a good
this
pick.
out.
I was trying to tell you out. No, Pattinson is definitely going to win an Oscar in the next 10 years. He could probably
definitely
win one.
is.
If it wasn't for Paul Giamatti, who's absolutely winning an Oscar, as I said in the last episode, I haven't even seen Odyssey, and we'll have seen it by the time this is out. But I'm like, what if he won for Odyssey? I mean,
Odyssey,
if he's playing,
Dune,
like,
the prime time he's supposed to be really, really good in. I have heard.
But Tom Cruise is
So-
going to win that Oscar.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't win for any of these, and even if he doesn't even get nominated for any of these, like 5 or 6 movies that he could possibly get nominated for, like it just is so obvious then that it's going to be like, we got to get this guy an Oscar. And like he has such good taste and so takes so many chances and so many varied things that I just feel like one of these will hit. And once he gets in, like it's going to be just a runaway because like people love him. They respect him as an actor. And like it's just like once he gets the one project, it's over. So
we didn't even say Here Comes the Flood. Who knows what that movie's going to have in store?
Oh wow, yes, that's the Fernando Meirelles.
Yes,
yeah, it's him and Denzel Washington, right? Yeah, well, and like speaking of like people who were charming, like him on any press tour is such an incredible delight. Like he is so good at doing all of this stuff.
Saying things like he's Gen Z.
Or that he sees the
good.
Odyssey as like a choice between Edward and Jacob. Like Penelope can't choose who she wants to be.
so good. He's such a goof.
He's such a troll.
All-time troll.
The best.
Yep.
He's amazing at this.
Yeah.
No, he's just gonna have to win an Oscar in the next 10 years. It's not an option.
Yeah.
Wow. Chris Rosen came to win. Chris Feil, now are you going to take a wild card pick like you tried to get us to do?
Well, I mean, I was logically trying to say that Pattinson is a wild card. And also hold up on my bet that we made in our like early year predictions and pick him. No, I think I'm going to stick with something that I think someone who is a previous Oscar nominee, but I do think in like terms of their career, people like us want to see this person Oscar nominated, but who knows if it could happen again for this person. And I'm saying Kirsten Dunst. I am representing the Clemens Dunst household on my picks.
Okay.
So a Minecraft sequel you think is going to do it?
Hey, she could still do something in the same year, and then she gets the reward for having her box office hit, and then she gets to do her critical fave as well and gets rewarded for that.
Nice.
That's true. And they get to, build a screen porch on their house, which
When
is what
is
we
she
want
going
for
to do
them.
another Rodart movie?
Let's hope not. Like that doesn't seem
That
to be
movie is
helping
not
her
good.
on her journey toward awards. She has Entertainment Systems down soon, like
That's
presumably
true.
next
And
year. So that could be
Presumably
big.
next year.
Yeah, who knows, who's going to break away from that movie. That ensemble is huge, and just the people that we know that's in it. But like, we also know she's never going to stop working with Sofia Coppola. And I do think that Power of the Dog did, break through for some people to like finally take her seriously. So yeah, I still consider her my wild card.
She is a true icon. The more millennials they get voting in the Oscar body, the more seriously they'll take Kirsten Dunst. She is top of that mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, Entertainment System is down as her, and also Keanu Reeves. So I guess in theory could be coming up soon, who has never been Oscar nominated. And
oh my God,
the moment could come.
I mean, talk about a wild card pick.
I know.
Geez,
I mean, Joe, I assume you've got someone in mind already, but it's your turn.
No,
you've thrown
a wrench into that. No, oh my God. So Chris Feil saying what you did about making this a true wild card pick, you almost had me saying, fuck it, I'm picking Ben Mendelsohn. But
what a great pick.
Which, like, I did.
Bad.
He was on my list, and I did have him highlighted because, like, I do feel like that is a thing that could actually happen. I'm going to play it a bit safer, and I'm taking Coleman Domingo.
You think that's a wild card?
I don't think it's a wild card in the way that you describe it. I'm taking it as I didn't pick him yet, and I should pick him. And he wasn't really available in any of these other categories. So
I guess he's in the mix this year.
For Michael.
We'll not talk about that.
He should be in the mix this year for Disclosure Day. He is the best performance in that movie.
He's excellent in that movie.
He's excellent in that movie. I really like him a lot. But also, like, people who vote for awards love Coleman Domingo. Like, do you I looked this up today. Coleman Domingo is the lone nominee for the Four Seasons for the second year in a row.
It's crazy.
Like, that's an amazing stat. Like 2 years in a row, they're like, we could take or leave this show, but we are nominating you. Like people love him.
I think he's good on that show.
I
don't think he's like so head and shoulders above everybody else. I'm glad for him, but I don't really get it.
I find that show to be an incredibly pleasant thing to have on television while I am doing other things. And that is like not that's a genuine compliment for me. Like I do think, but like, yeah, no, like there's the reason to nominate him is just to be like, I want to be in the Coleman Domingo business. He's also nominated for Euphoria this year for the Emmys. But like, he's been nominated for 2 Oscars already, for Rustin, a movie that did not need to be an Oscar nominee, and for Sing Sing, a movie that was really good and he was fantastic in it. So I think like he's already gotten 2 Oscar nominations where like it's not even about like the demand is there. It's just like, we want to be in this guy's business. We want to be on the Coleman Domingo train. And those are the people who win Oscars within a short window with like, that is one of those things where it's just like, this thing is ramping up. Like
it's the Colin Firth, a single man thing.
Exactly. So, I feel very, very good about that pick.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think Michael is gonna
I hope not, but you know, I would rather, if Coleman Domingo is going to win an Oscar, I would like it to be for something that's not that. So
unfortunately, we don't always get to be in charge of those things.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, I'm getting to the end, and I understand. I have the last pick. I understand the emphasis toward wild card. We will talk about all the bolder picks that we might be leaving behind, but I am staying true to my theater kid, try hard heart. 12 Oscar nominations. Bradley Cooper is going to win one at some point. And maybe it's for that Ocean's movie. Maybe this is for it. I cannot get out of this draft without picking Bradley Cooper. Hang on, is there a movie I'm forgetting? I thought Is This Thing On was terrific, and everybody else gave it a big fat nothing, which is fine.
I'm with you.
Good movie.
I enjoyed that movie.
He's great in it.
A Star Is Born, obviously an all-timer. Like, I think we appreciated it at the time, but still didn't appreciate enough how good we had it. Maestro is messy, but also maybe underappreciated. I should probably watch Maestro again. I just think he's got the talent, he's got the power, he's got the interest in doing a lot of different things. I'm really glad he made Is This Thing On as kind of a like, let's just do this weird one and see what's going on. He's really funny in it as Balls. Can't explain why that character is named that. Weird stuff going on in that. This Ocean's movie should be fun, and he's got all the power to do whatever he wants. Like that blank check ability for him to, I mean, he might drive himself off a cliff like, 76 Barbara Streisand Star Is Born, but like there's just so much he can do. He's got all the access. He's clearly talented. He's clearly in the wheelhouse. He keeps getting nominated. The movie A Star Is Born just was so close. And you look back and you're like, why didn't that like go over the finish line in the year of Green Book, but that year was kind of cursed.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to say what it should be, but it's going to be something.
Can I tell you something that I just discovered? His upcoming film section in IMDb is the craziest thing you're ever going to see. It's Untitled Oceans prequel.
Hell yeah.
It is the upcoming Bong Joon-ho movie that is either called Ally or Ally. Ally spelled the exact same way that it's spelled in A Star Is Born. And it's an animated movie about fish.
Great.
Untitled Sean Penn January 6th drama.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Do not want.
Parentheses rumored, parentheses your nightmares. And then Untitled Frank Bullet Project, where it is listed as production unknown, which I don't think I've ever seen on IMDb before.
Wait.
That they're just like,
That's a Spielberg movie.
Yeah,
a
and
remake
it's-
of Bullet.
Yeah.
And it's like a Buzz Lightyear situation where it's the real guy who Steve McQueen was playing in the movie Bullet.
it's a Buzz Lightyear situation. We got a real Buzz Lightyear situation
The
going on in Untitled
man
Frank
who
Bullet
played
Project.
the doll in the television show that Andy watched.
But is that not the most chaotic set
It's
of
really
IMDb
chaotic.
babies you've ever seen in your entire life? Like,
Yeah.
my God, incredible.
Why I do, even though I have picked him here, like, do I want his Oscar to be for acting, or do I want him to like win Best Director or Best Picture at some point? Like, I would kind of take any of them.
I would take any of it. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. It would be really funny if he got nominated for like co-writing a song from like one of his movies or something.
Oh, sure,
Like,
sure.
I'm kind of surprised that he didn't get a writing credit in any of the
On
A Star
Shallow.
Is Born or Shallow. Yeah, exactly. Like that would have been great to have the two of them in their like campaign romance that was going on for that. We all do remember all that.
We had it so good.
We really
I
did.
hope we appreciated it enough.
We really did. Yeah.
Well, guys, that's our draft picks. We'll have list this all on Substack and Patreon and all the other places where you can see everybody. Anybody feeling confident that they've got the winning draft? I mean, I feel great about mine, but I do not feel
Yeah,
confident.
we should find a way to like get our listeners to vote on who has the best
Sure. Head to
roster.
Instagram, make fun of
Yeah.
us for our picks. I mean, my hope is that we revisit this in a year. We can take it about anyone who's aged out under 40, anyone who's won, revisit. I don't know. We can come up with a structure for it. But again, this is the long game. We're gonna
Do we want to
see
go
this
around
through.
and each say our one biggest regret that we didn't pick?
Ooh, yes.
Oh, I have a number one with a bullet.
Who's that?
Okay.
Angela Bassett.
She was high on my list.
When
for
you,
that.
Joe, when you said two-time Golden Globe winner, I thought you were going to pick Angela Bassett.
She is
when
in fact
you-
a two-time Golden Globe winner.
when you got Colin
That's
Farrell.
where I was thinking
Yeah.
of picking her, but 911 is not ending anytime soon.
Yeah, she keeps narrating things.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody picked Amy Adams or Glenn Close.
I was
That's-
going to say that's surprising to me that nobody picked it. And also,
Is it though?
well,
I think Glenn Close is winning a competitive Oscar before she's done.
Wow.
I do think that's happening. So it's like, I'm almost surprised I didn't pick her because I do feel that emphatically. But
my biggest surprise is that I didn't pick Willem Dafoe. I really, really thought I was going to
thought
end
of
up
him
going
too.
I
Dafoe
think
on one
he's
of these.
the most surprising to not show up here.
He'd be a fun one for this year, like if Werewolf. Because I think I've told all of you guys, like I'm high on Werewolf being a like best picture weirdo pick. And I would love it if Willem Dafoe, I have no idea if he's got a big part in it, but that would be so fun.
That would be, yes.
Nobody picked Sebastian Stan, who I think is an interesting one in the mix this year and is clearly like in the club. Or I'm like looking at the who's in this year. Jeremy Strong. I think our Apprentice boys are obviously
I'm
coming
shocked
through.
none of you picked Turturro because I know this is like the John Turturro hype squad that I'm talking to right now.
No, I
haven't
think
even
he's like
seen
a
that
one and
movie.
out.
Yeah.
You think he's
okay.
going to get
He's
that
like a one and
nomination?
I do think he'll get nominated, but I think he's like one and out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, hey, congrats.
Or
Yeah.
with all this Digger hype, like John Goodman coming in for his first nomination, like would he not just the minute you get in there being like, holy shit, we got to give it to John Goodman?
Yeah.
Joe and I were talking about this recently, that it's like you really could just have the whole Lebowski cast nominated
All three of
this
them, yeah.
year, except for Jeff Bridges.
It's possible by the time people listen to this, I will have written about this because I keep saying it out loud. I mean, like I can't
Yeah.
write this down. I need credit for
What's
talking
what's
about
Flea
this.
doing this year? Like, let's figure it out.
Tara Reid, where are you?
Where indeed? Yeah.
Oh, a big one for me was Edward Norton.
I'm
I
just
feel
thinking
like
him.
that's coming.
He's so good in the
Invite.
Invite.
I think he's going to get nominated for the invite, right? Like, He'll probably get
Wow.
in there.
I still got to
supporting.
see that movie. Everybody loves it. I literally haven't seen a single person react to it in a way that wasn't effusive. So I
think
really
it's
have to see
pretty
it this
good.
weekend. Okay, well then you are the one. Okay.
But he's really great in it.
Okay. I'm surprised nobody picked Sandra Hüller as the other one. 'Cause she does feel like she is like on a rocket ship to an Oscar at this point, career trajectory wise.
Or Renata Reinsve, right?
Or Renata Reinsve, yeah.
Is there
She's
anyone
stuck in the back rooms though. We got to get her out of there.
Get her out of there.
before that can happen. Yeah.
Is there anyone like what you said about Totoro that you think like is on this list but is just never going to get there?
Adam Driver.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
He's so young for you to be giving up on him already.
Do you
Well,
think Lena Dunham has cursed him with her words in her memoir, like
Okay,
everybody
so-
else is saying?
Listen, I love her. She is way fairer to him in that book than the headlines would have you believe.
People are very invested in a narrative of Lena Dunham destroys X, Y, and Z people. People are too happy about this Jack Antonoff divorce, I'm just going to say. Like, you don't need to be that happy about two people you don't know getting divorced.
It
That's
is
all I'm going
weird.
to say about that.
The one I was going to throw out. Oh, hang on. What was I going to say? Oh God, hang on.
I
Someone
had
else
two
go.
that I didn't pick. I had two that I was trying to figure out how to fit them in, but Carey Mulligan and Rosamund Pike, I think both could win
Our
Oscars.
Pride and Prejudice girls.
I really think both of them could. Carey Mulligan probably more so than Rosamund, but I do think that they're both in the market for an Oscar in the next decade.
Yeah.
I've told you all. Rosamund Pike is incredible, and Now You See Me 3. This
I'm
is
sure
a
she
South
is.
African
I do
diamond
I
know
believe
this.
you. I believe you 100%.
As Dominic Sessa fans, you all owe it to yourselves to see that one, I think.
And Radcliffe's in that one too, right? I know
No,
he's more
he's
in the
only
second
He's
in
one.
in the earlier one.
He's
Not
only in
in
the
it at all.
first
Oh, okay.
no.
or second one.
I think he's in
He's
the
in the
second.
second
I think
one.
he's added in the second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. No. Rosamund Pike is doing the Daniel Radcliffe thing in the
Got it.
in the
Got it.
third one.
First full like
I did
weekend
think
day I
Katie-
have off. I will do all those movies.
I did think, Katie, you were going to pick Wagner Moura.
I know. I thought a lot about Wagner Moura. I do think
Also
the
in the
like
Oceans movie.
the like supporting
yeah.
actor villain role. I think I was saying like because it's him and who's the actress who got added? Oh, Vicky Creeps. And I was
really?
like, I
Lead to
want
this Oceans movie?
them to be like a pair of like sexy international villains who like you want to be around but are also scared of.
When we predict the Oscars early in whatever fucking year that comes out, it's going to be 15 Oscars for me. Every Oscar.
When they do the live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, they are going to play the European villains, and they are going to be so good.
Put them on the Muppet Show.
Can't wait for that.
What I
the
need
thing-
from the new Oceans is because it's like early Vegas, right?
Yes.
I need Tom Jones, literal Tom Jones, to be a character, and someone needs to play Tom Jones in that movie. Because Bradley Cooper's going to have a musical sequence in this movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Is this like Austin Butler's moment and he's just going to get back into that mode? I'd see it.
Fantastic.
The one I was going to throw out that I think like may never happen, like Ray Fiennes. What if it just
Oh,
never
I thought-
happened? Like,
yeah.
what if coming
Yeah.
back for Conclave was like as far as that goes? Not that he's like not
Yeah.
continuing to be great, but I kind of feel like we could leave it there.
I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer I'm in the same place with,
Yeah.
where it's just like, she's now just like, she's just doing TV stuff, and like, I don't know.
One name that like I felt like Hope Dicty about, that I considered as much as I could drafting this person is Rachel McAdams.
Oh, yeah.
so
I
good.
mean,
Rachel McAdams.
are we going to do the Send Help campaign and just be like,
I am at the front lines. She will be
Golden
on my
Globes
ballot this
nomination
year,
for
I
her, right?
guarantee
Comedy?
you.
yes.
Throw in the comedy and she gets
Yeah.
a Golden Globes
Oh,
nomination.
that's not a bad one.
That's
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing to do, is to not campaign for somebody to get an Oscar nomination, to campaign for them to get a Golden Globe nomination. It feels much more attainable. It feels much more that like I can have an impact that will be positive. So
And as
yeah.
we saw with Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, it can be remembered for all time.
What a
I
great
want to throw
movie.
out, my computer's going to die, so I'm going to have to stop
Okay.
recording in some
Okay.
way. But I do
Yes.
want to throw out, I had one crazy comeback idea that I just want to say out loud,
Do it.
even though I didn't get to put it in there.
Do it.
Jim Carrey. What
I
if there's a
had
Jim?
you.
Did you?
Yes, I had it written down for. I could have done him for Globes winner.
I don't know if he'd
100%.
do it. Like, is
No.
he too like off? I don't know what he's up to these days. But
He's
I
doing
just feel
Sonic
like,
movies, and I gotta
Yeah.
say, he's still throwing 100 miles an hour in these Sonic movies.
But that's why he
We've
should
watched
have a
all of
comeback
them with
movie.
Luna, and they're hilarious. He is hilarious doing
Yeah.
Jim Carrey shit in these terrible Sonic movies.
He
And
has,
so if he ever wanted to
has
do it again,
he
he
can
could
do
do
it. Just give him. have Bradley Cooper direct Jim Carrey's comeback vehicle. This can be done.
Is there a Rolling
The
Oceans?
Truman Show.
And put Ed Harris in it, and then we get Ed Harris's Oscar. But wait, did anyone else have good comebacks though that they want to have out there for the record in case it happens?
My gay guy, I mean, the one that I was like, am I insulting to say that that's a comeback is Laura Linney. I want Laura Linney's Oscar. Like,
no, that's good. That's
I will
good.
be saying that till the day that I die. But if we want a real Amy Madigan situation, when people are like, who's the next Amy Madigan, thinking like we can have a 1-to-1, Kathy Baker. Kathy fucking Baker, yeah.
Yeah.
Another comeback I had was Cameron Diaz.
I had her on my list too,
and
Chris.
I thought I think she could do it.
Yes.
Demi Moore style, but like maybe like whatever.
Demi
like,
Moore style, exactly, because she was never nominated, even though she should have been
and
a
not
couple
like
of times.
a serious actress, even though she's like really good in her stuff and like
Yep.
yeah.
I think that's good. I think that's good.
Well, in theory, we'll figure out how to do this in a year, but we'll get a whole nother crack at it
yes.
in the years to come. In the meantime, this was incredibly fun.
This is so fun, you guys.
If I don't know, if you're listening to this on Oscar Buzz or on Prestige Junkie, find us on social media. We'll try to post some stuff to let you vote on this. You can razz us for our bad takes, and we love doing these things together. So thank you to everyone for listening.